What the hell was going on with this song? I literally could hear it. I don't even have the light on. My apologies. I still don't know what the hell was wrong. I had the settings right and everything. What? I'm so confused. Hello? Alright, I am good here. Right? Why is everything off? Are you guys seeing me? What did I get? What is happening right now? How am I hearing myself? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Oh, I am crazy. I have it open in an. Oh. Am I better now? My god, that was the freakiest thing ever. I still don't know why the music was so loud. I still don't have any idea why the music was so loud, but I had. Oh, maybe because I have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea. We could see you and hear you okay. Ears and yes, we can see and hear you normal. I don't know why the music was freaking out like it was, but when I jumped on and I threw the headset on, I had my own stream open over here because I must have been typing stuff in earlier. So it was playing me on like a 5 second delay in my headphones, but I still have no idea why it was freaking out on the music. But regardless, we're good now. Let me just grab. I'm missing something. I have a drink. Oh, the shot glass. I was literally gathering everything together to get over here. And then I was like, why do I hear like screeching, cracking, like music that is loud as hell? My apologies, everybody. Give me like 30 seconds. I just got to pee and grab the shot glass and we're ready. I literally, like in my room, I'm like, what is that noise I hear? I'm like, why am I hearing my own music when I have the headphones off? It was weird. But like I said, I still, the only thing I can think is because I had the live stream open and then was also playing the. Oh, that is what happened. Okay, because it's on a 5 second delay. So what happened was the music started playing. By the time I walked out of the room, the delay had caught up on the video and it was double playing the intro music, but the volume on that must have been increasingly higher than the volume on OBS. That's got to be the answer. My apologies. Give me 5 seconds. Let me get my shot glass. Shot glass. I'll wait to pay. Should I pay? Yeah, let me pay because otherwise we're gonna have to stop. All right, everybody, we are ready to go. How is everybody doing? I wish I could show you. I don't want to disrupt the cameras and I want to get rolling. But Jesse had a honey pot of... Actually, let me just do this real quick. Ready? I'm going to, rather than disrupt the camera, I'm going to show you. Jesse has a Winnie the Pooh honey pot cat bed. Amazing. Amazing. Perfect picture. It is a giant honey pot that someone's probably seen it before. I'm going to share it on Discord. So everybody, it'll be on Discord in 5 seconds. There we go. Send. There it is. Everybody go look at Discord. Coco, well, I'll show you. I'll go to Discord and show everybody in case someone's not on Discord. Because it's adorable. You gotta see it. It's adorable. Jessie got it for Dobby. And she said Dobby doesn't use it anymore. So, there it is. Look at her sitting in it. You can see like her little eye. It's amazing. They have honey. It's like a giant, soft as anything blanket that runs out of the honey pot. And it literally goes like all the way to here. It's a long ass blanket. It like goes to like here. And it literally is running off the bed. So this is on the bed. The honey is literally running down the bed and off the side like a waterfall. And Coco jumps up the honey and goes inside. And she's sleeping inside here. And she just jumped in like 2 seconds ago. That's why she's looking at me. Because she's like wide awake. And she's just peeking enough. And that is my baby. My adorable little princess. Bidet all just popping in to say what's up, Neil. How are you on this fine day? Neil, you got to go somewhere? Are you in a rush, Mr. Neil? It sounds like you got things to do. What are we doing, Neil? What are we up to? Michael, Vero G, my moderators. Ace is probably out there as well, also a moderator. The Dude JB, my brother Ray, my good friend Neil, Star, HollyMac79. Clever name I made. I feel like Clever and Star weren't here last week. Am I incorrect about that? I don't remember seeing Star or Clever, but that might have been, I'm pretty sure that was last week. And Backlash Door. I haven't seen Colvin either. Well, wait, Colvin was here last week, because I do remember. Yeah, going to dinner with Cobe and a couple others. Neil, it's hilarious, because last night I went and saw Final Destination, the new one. I went and saw Ace is there. Hello to Ace. The new Final Destination came out yesterday. I went to see it by myself down the street, like, no, not down the street, but near the arcade. There's a movie theater. Went and saw it, and there was a guy. There is no one in my row except one other guy, and I almost thought it was Cobe. I had to do like 2 or 3 double takes, and like he was like, it was the recliner chairs because it was Dolby, and he was like so reclined back I couldn't see like his face, but like he had the beard and the glasses and like everything, and he was just like sucked into his chair, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know why Cobe would be here watching a movie, because if he was gonna watch a movie he would totally go watch it by you guys in Clifton or something. But I was like, I gotta know. And I like leaned forward, and he happened to be looking at me when I did, and I like pretended I wasn't doing anything. And then at a point we started like actually talking because no one else was in the theater except us, and the movie was decent. And I actually told him, I was like, for a second before I thought you were one of my friends, and that's why I was looking at you. Because I was like, I don't want this guy thinking I'm some crazy murderer and that like I'm like over here stalking him or something. But it was not Cobe, obviously, but it was a Cobe lookalike. And he became my best friend because now I'm going to go to every movie with him. But I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that at all. All right, everybody. Cobe Doppelganger. Was it good? I honestly thought it's definitely worth a see. If you're into here's my what I tell you. This is what I tell you because I'm telling you out of my mouth. If you like the Final Destination franchise, you'll love this movie. If you don't like the franchise already, then you're not going to like it. It is like just, I mean, they do different things. It's unique in its own way, but it's basically just death, hunting down people that escaped death the first go around. Like, there's a couple new rules there's like a new thing infused, but like if you're not into the first 5 movies, you're 100% not going to like this because it's just falling in line with the rest. I will say the first 20 minutes was already on pace for like me thinking it was like the best one ever. I was like, holy crap, this might be the best the best Final Destination ever. And then about like an hour in, it started declining to the point where I didn't even like the ending. The ending, it was probably one of the worst endings of a Final Destination. But the beginning was one of the best beginnings of a Final Destination. Like the budget was, you could tell they had a budget, like a high budget, because like the things they did in this, they wouldn't even be able to afford in the other ones. It just was visually great looking, and the deaths were cool. I was a fan. Like honestly, the first 20 minutes were the best part by far. Couldn't have put it better myself about the new Final Destination. Interesting. I think I'll wait. Yeah, like if you're not a massive like I will say this, it was filmed in IMAX. Like it was filmed for IMAX and Dolby. The Dolby, I went and saw it in Dolby. The effects, like the sound effects were like crazy. Like a explosion goes off, like the visuals and the audio and everything was very good. It was a great boom boom loud noise music of a movie kind of thing. But if you're not into that, I'm just like, I just love, me and Neil always go to Dolby or IMAX or something. We love loud noises. So if you're into that and you like Final Destination, I guarantee you'll have a good time. There was one death in it. I won't tell you what happened in case you want to see it. But there was one death that I would easily put in my top 10 of all Final Destinations. There might have been a couple, but there's one that stands out in my mind that was one of the best deaths I've ever seen in a Final Destination. So that's saying something. You have just the 20-minute intro and the death that I'm thinking of makes it worth seeing, I think. But we're going to open up, or we're not going to open up. We're going to have a shot of the Macabre Spirits. I found one thing I hate about this bottle. The bottle is so heavy and it's so not transparent. It's opaque. Is that the word? Opaque? Wait, no, transparent. Opaque? Or is opaque? I don't know. I'm thinking insanely. All I know is I can't see through the goddamn bottle, and it's so heavy. I don't know how much is left in here. And I got to make sure I leave a shot or two for me and Ray when Ray visits. So I'm going to have a shot of this. I know there's at least enough. Like, I'm just afraid the bottle is so heavy that I'm misjudging the amount of alcohol in here. But let's have a shot. Like right now. Oh, well, the fact that I could pour a shot from that angle would probably mean there's a significant amount left in there. Like if I had to tilt the bottle, we'd be in trouble. But I still don't even have to tilt the bottle. A flashlight. I don't know. Would I be able to? Let's see. Let's see if the flashlight works. Kind of. It's like glistening off the sides of the bottle, though. So I guess... I don't know. It's really hard. Even I could see the liquid, but it's so dark in the bottle that I can't really see where the level's at. It does look like there's at least a half a bottle left. I just got worried because the other night I was drinking it, and I did a decent amount of shots. Like it was on Cinco de Mayo. I was drinking this all night, and then the other night I had at least 3 or 4 shots, and I'm like, shit. Between Cinco de Mayo, drinking it with you guys, and drinking it the other night when the Celtics were on, I'm like, there might be very little left. There are still bottles available. Oh, okay. Well, worst case scenario. There's definitely, I mean, honestly, I can't really get a good idea, but I feel like it's like around here somewhere, which is still plenty high. So that being said, let's get ready. Everyone thumbs up. Who am I taking a shot for? I don't have a schedule for the week after Mission Impossible comes out, but am free that morning. I don't have my schedule for the week after Mission Impossible comes out. But I am free that morning. The morning Mission Impossible comes out, or the week after. I do know next week's Mission Impossible. The week after that's Karate Kid Legends. The week after that is Ballerina. So honestly, all of them I want to see. I want to see Mission Impossible is the most hyped one of all of them. I definitely want to see Karate Kid Legends. Lauren's going to probably go with me to that if Lauren's out there listening. Lauren, if you're out there, Karate Kid Legends is more, I think it's May 29th, May 30th, something like that. And then Ballerina, which is the John Wick spinoff, which also looks amazing. So, looks like Jay might need goggles of night. Goggles of night. Ships of Spain. Red Ships of Spain. If anyone knows that, I'm so Tom Cruised out. That's a lot of people I talk to is like, Tom Cruise is still, if you go look, I think the first Mission Impossible came out in like 96. I want to say 96 was the first Mission Impossible. It is almost 26. So Mission Impossible has been going on for almost 30 years, and Tom Cruise is still doing his own stunts. And mind you, when he started, he was already like out of his prime. He had already like been famous, and he was like probably the most famous in the early 90s. I want to say like late 80s into the early 90s was Tom Cruise. I mean, he's still super famous, don't get me wrong, but I feel like his peak time was like Risky Business, Top Gun, riding into like Days of Thunder and The Firm and all those movies. That was all like late 80s, early 90s. And then, I mean, like I said, he's still phenomenal or still super famous, but it was like he started Mission Impossible on the down end of his career, I feel like. Blue Cloud 57, welcome back. Matt Mercer and Laura Bailey will be hosting future Game Awards. I just found out Tom Cruise was in Young Guns as a bandit. I don't know if I did know that. Tom's Peak was the interview with Oprah, or the interview is a movie. Shots for People in Tornado Alley. I did just see that. So Shots for Tornado Alley. I did see there was like a crazy tornado, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. A tornado attack. A tornado attacked a bunch of people. Violent tornado running around mugging people and stealing their houses. Beware of a reckless tornado on drugs. I think the tornado went to the bar, had a little too much to drink, and then somebody slipped it some Molly, and now you got a tornado running up and down the alley, causing havoc. That's what happens. All right. I just wanted to, there's the like for my second account. I just want to do that before I forget. We're almost halfway. Let's jump in because I didn't say this yet, but there's like an hour and 10 minutes to the break. We're going to do a little past that, but the Celtics, Game 6, is on at 8 o'clock. Game 6 of the Celtics is on at 8 o'clock. And I definitely want to watch it. And I definitely am betting on the game. Because it's Game 6 and it's do or die for the Celtics. So it's like, I might as well bet and lose all my money. Because I like losing all my money. It's so much fun. But I definitely want to see it because it could be the end of their season. I don't think it will be. I honestly think it'll go to Game 7. What is this nonsense? Oh. Yeah, I honestly think it'll go to Game 7. And then I'm assuming they'll win because they're going to be in Boston. And if they get to Game 7, then they've obviously proven that they could do it without Jason Tatum. But if they lose today, it's over. That's it. Their whole season's over if they lose today. Hello, everyone. We're just setting up because I totally... Is the volume on and I'm making you all deaf? All right, we'll go volume over here.
Okay, we're in New Zealand.
Now you can hear Matt.
We're happy to be back. We're happy you guys are here.
And I saw it's 14. Oh, look at that. So, it literally goes right to 14:58. I love it. It's an exact timestamp. Look at that. I don't even have to do anything. 14:58. And like I said, the break is somewhere around here. The break is at 1:28. 1:28 is the break. We're starting from 15. So we have an hour and 13 minutes to the break. Then the break goes to like around 1:41. And I also noticed there's like a 30-minute outro. Because I saw Zach jump in and I'm like, why is Zach over there? Like right around here, Zach jumps in somewhere. Right there. So like around 3:30 is the outro. There's like over 30 minutes of outro. So it ends around 3:30. The break ends around 1:40, like I said. So technically there is a little under 2 hours after the break. But because we're only going to have an hour and 13 minutes, I'll do probably like an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. But we got to get going if we're going to do that. Because even like maybe we'll do like an hour and 40. That'll give me 5 minutes to run over to the Celtics game. But we'll see what happens. The tip-off's usually 5 or 10 minutes late anyway. And I want us all to get the full enjoyment and entertainment of our Friday nights. What do we got here? Shoulder clock. So everybody get ready. We're going to take a shot for the Tornado Alley people. And then we're jumping right in. 14:58 on the clock. I'm setting the clock now. 14:58 on the clock. And who's not here today? Oh, Liam's back. Oh, everyone's here. Wait, someone's missing. Oh, that's right. Ashley Johnson. That's right. She said she was gonna. I'm like, wait, why is someone? I'm like, Liam's finally there, but someone else is missing. Ashley Johnson is officially away for the near future because of blind point. I think it's blind spot. I can't remember. All right, there we go. Everybody, here we are. Going back to the comments. Raise your glasses. Ashley is gone. And then Curtis Blow reaction. The Curtis Blow. Why does that name sound familiar? Why do I know Curtis Blow? It's like I'm brain farting, but I know that name. Blind spot. When this is over, I'm going to watch the Leafs lose again. The Leaves lose again. The Maple Leaves. I was like, the Leaves. That's right. Hockey is also in the playoffs right now. I, as you guys know, am not a big hockey person, but I was watching the games. Like, if the game is on and there's no basketball or football or anything else, I'll usually throw on hockey. I'm a sports guy in general. I just have the priority of sports in my head. Cheers to the Hurricane people. Ugh. Ooh, that was like so warm. It was sitting in my room on my desk and it was not very delightful. It has a nice taste, I will say. If you're into tequila, it definitely has a nice tequila-like taste to it. I know it's not. It is sotol. But it's pretty good. So here we go, everybody. Everybody get ready to rumble. We got 3, 2, 1, go.
So,
here we go.
Stand there. You have to decide your next.
We got about an hour and 40 minutes to go. Hour and 40 minutes, everybody.
In the cold dusk air.
Gonna go to the break. We're gonna reset the clock.
Now this area,
and then we're gonna do like another 20 minutes.
Different field in the Platinum Sanctuary. In the haste to make it to the ruin, you've passed out of the section that seems to be under Bahamut's watch and into a different area.
How's everybody doing today?
Everyone's good. Plates, plumes of smoke rise up from a handful of heavy smokestacks.
Are the leaves on today?
Over the rooftops
Ace?
in the distance toward the
when is there? I'm going. Oh yeah, watch the leaves. Okay, so it's tonight. So Celtics and Maple Leafs tonight, playoffs. Hockey, basketball.
The beauty of this game is I have no idea what the shit we're going to do right now.
What
we're
the shit?
Outside the place where we just left Pike.
Yeah, and I would do the radiators, but I completely ran out of vape pens.
It's dusk.
Lauren left me her pen from last week. That thing was killed by like Tuesday. And then she brought me another one. And I still just feel like that one's almost out too. I'm pretty sure that one is out.
That he must step into the ruins just one last time, just to see the place where she's
got here just in time. Shane Barron, what is up? Also, in case you guys forgot, we are doing
I drink one of my potions,
campaign 1 of Critical Role
that I bought from
Geek and Sundry. We're not using Enhanced for Critters anymore. Enhanced for Critters has ceased to continue to make episodes. So last week was the first one. We have moved on.
The ruins and just
I honestly didn't notice anything. Like, would you guys say that this is pretty on par? Maybe that's why they stopped. Maybe they stopped doing them because I didn't notice anything in the last episode that really needed to be remastered or anything.
It seemed emotion.
Pretty smooth.
I shed a single tear.
As you quietly take this moment to yourself
I always
amongst
thought that was
ruins,
the
you can hear
weirdest
clattering of
word,
stonework
verklempt.
as the small
First
band
time I ever
of
heard it,
ceremony
Michael
worshippers are
Myers
now, being
Talk
helped around
something.
by
Can we
Pike, who's kind of
talk?
gathered
I
them
forget
into
what
a
it
plan
was.
as to how to
Speaking
remove
of
and
which, did
restore
anyone get
portions
red
of the
sails,
building that are
red
currently,
ships from Spain?
visible from the
Red
dirty earth
ships
that's
from
embedded it.
Spain.
Hearing
I'll give
her
you a
voice
clue.
echo through the hallways,
It's
a
on
very
SNL.
comforting sense.
Well, that just gave it away. I just ruined the
You
whole
feel a
thing.
rumbling in
I
your
was going to
stomach.
say it had something to do with Michael Myers, and I totally just ruined it. Must be the emotion.
Uncomfortable. It must be the emotion.
Yeah, they play
It's probably the emotion.
at
find
8
a sort of
elimination. Yeah, so same exact time. Celtics
side
and Maple Leafs
chamber or
at
just a
8.
little
Both
nook.
teams. 8 o'clock.
Just somewhere where I can have
Competition.
Some privacy.
Okay.
We're having
You find your way
competition
back towards the
during
stairway that leads to
a
the
major
makeshift
competition.
wooden plank stairway, and there is a small alcove not far from there within the earth wall. That looks to be relatively private.
Oh,
there's
clock.
There's little to no
Clock,
light,
where's the
and
clock?
it does have a view of the current ruin.
There we go, clock.
I say a little prayer
And
and I
take
take a big dump on the floor.
That was one of those circumstances where the subtitles
My
ruined the
stomach was
joke.
rumbling.
Because I literally saw I say a little prayer, and then the subtitles are just sitting there for like 30 seconds while he takes a big dump on the floor.
Sometimes it just affects me. I have weak nerves, and as I'm squatting, I just sort of hum to myself.
Just taking a dump right on the floor.
Are you invisible?
How do I say goodbye
Oh my god.
to what we almost had?
Is he saying it?
This is not
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday? Was that what he was just saying there?
As you finish your business,
I missed you guys so much.
as you finish your business, you step away from the alcove, back to the stairway. The contents of the potion seem
Was
to
there
have
a
had
break?
some effect as the
Was there a break between 16 and 17, or it was
remnants of
pretty
what you leave
much
behind
like
have
one
a
after
very soft
another?
blue glowing hue to them.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like there might have been a break. Like, they're them. Did they take a
we should
break
leave the
between
dump.
episode
Are you gonna be able
16
to
and
like, see through the
17?
dump?
He's covering his face.
I am aware they are
I think we
discussing
need the
what to
blue
do at the
shit.
dump.
Can you cast
By the way,
detect magic on them?
I'm paying attention.
It's already magical
No,
poo.
we're not.
Already
We're
magical
not there.
poo.
It's
not
just
there.
Scanlan.
I'll watch the NBA highlights on SportsCenter in the morning. It's so hard to
So I
say
leave
goodbye
and
to
rejoin my
Pike.
fellows, wiping
Poor-
the tear
poor
from my
Pike.
eye and the poo from my bottom.
And a poo from my
love you,
bottom.
Ashley.
I was just, the other day we were watching, they took a week off, I think. Oh, well,
So
not,
I took
I don't know,
a
something
to
about
let me
Marisha looks
see through
so
my
skinny
poo
compared to the other weeks.
and be
Am I
able to
crazy?
check in on-
Something about
check
Marisha
in
just
on
looks
Pike
like
from
she
time to
got
time.
aggressively more
potion
skinny
from-
since I last saw her.
Realize that you can see
It could just be
through
like
certainly
even in her
hope-
face,
hope not.
her
I
face,
certainly
and I'm not
hope
trying to be
not.
mean. I'm just saying, like, she noticeably looks
priest's going
way skinnier than I remember her looking last week.
Who smell?
glowing shit.
As long as some of my cellular remains are there, I might be able to see a little bit into the room.
cellular?
It's poo.
Little bits. You mean little flakes of poo?
So,
Little flakes of
for the
poo.
sake of brevity and story progression here,
Yes.
and to assuade a 30-minute conversation about.
She is also so young. I mean, but like from we've been watching it.
You have to
Like,
leave the
normally
party
I'd be like,
to
oh,
the
it's 'cause of
outside.
that.
The cold air is
But-
beginning to really sweep.
Like I saw her
into the
last
streets.
week. I saw her
The clouds
Monday because I
overhead
did
begin to slowly
episode
rumble
16. I
away
finished
from
on
the
Monday or
thunder,
Tuesday.
and you
And
get
I don't
the
know.
feeling
I mean, she
through
doesn't
the
look
moisture in the
bad.
air, You're not too far away from
She
her.
just looks like I don't know.
Should we bunk for the night before we
Like
head
when
out
she
home?
leaned forward like that, you could like literally see the definition in her arms, and her face just looked very slender. Could have just been the way she
I
was.
feel great
I don't know.
right now,
I don't know.
by the way.
Let's see who the big
It was just
guy
something
is.
that caught my eye.
Finding some relief in the situation.
Dropping a meaty chud.
Just when I'm starting to like you,
chud.
Moving on. Let's go take a look at this statue.
Sure.
Right, so go look at him. That's
Magic. I mean, I can't believe we're making such a thing of the poop. We're like almost 10 minutes into it now, and Scanlan took a dump on the floor, and we've been talking about it the whole time.
As you guys make your way through the center of this
I feel like
district,
it's dark now.
But I was saying the other day we were watching Ted,
You get the sense that this.
and I
this
thought of
area is
it
definitely
because it was the
most
scene.
people that-
We didn't watch the whole
that,
movie. It was just like
live
random
in
shit.
Temple, and they
And,
already
well,
believe
random shit,
people who
literally.
live in
It
Basel
was the
live in
scene
town.
where they walk in, and Mila Kunis is
The,
like, is that a shit?
buildings themselves
And one of the
all seem to be
hookers
reinforced, but they-
that Ted
iron
called over the
plates
house
and,
took a dump on their
looks
living
like
room
there's
floor
a very, very
on a
heavy,
dare.
trade in
I always thought that was
metalwork, and
extremely
a lot of
random to put in the movie.
construction of anything metallic
But the whole
appears to
movie Ted
be
is
coming
extremely
through
random.
or from this portion of the town. As you approach closer to this,
I just thought, like, I remember, I've seen it many times, Ted. And I just thought to even think of putting that in a movie, let alone doing it, I thought it was funny. Like, let's have a bear call over a bunch of dirty whores, and then have one of them take a crap on the floor as a dare, and then Mark Wahlberg and his wife come home and find it. And then there's a whole scene of them cleaning it up. There's like an entire scene about
every
it.
20 or so feet along the top of it. You can see now as you approach the front of this, there are two giant stone doorways with steps that lead up to it. And what looks to be,
Dehydrated from Burning
two
Man,
gargantuan
not sure of the
war
original
horns that
air date
spiral
off
along
the
sides
topic,
and then open
off the
up
top of my
outward
head. Gotcha.
towards the entire city in front of it. I would ask you guys to make a religion check if you could.
Do they go to Burning Man all the time? I do recall them mentioning Burning Man before. Like, didn't they? The Coachella. Do they do like all those kind of things?
Do I need to roll?
I don't know why, but that's so cool.
18.
Because we know our
That's
shit.
cool.
So Ryan
As you
is
approach, even in the darkness, you can
over
see
celebrating.
the figure, this human-like man, barrel-chested, massive muscles, looks almost like iron bracers around his wrists. He is carved from what looks like solid, or sculpted from solid iron, or plates that have been put together from some sort of iron initial structure.
So, just out of curiosity,
beard is
you
long,
guys
goes
have probably
to
told me
chest.
this before.
He
But
carries in one hand this long.
I'm
thick,
assuming
short sword.
Orion is no longer
most of
even friends with
furs
them.
and
Like,
leathers
if
about
they
his
were,
legs and midsection.
if there was enough of a
You
falling out
recognize
where
this
he
to
got
be a very
taken off
hefty
the show,
depiction of the
are any of them
cord.
still like even
I admire his beard.
casual friends with him anymore?
It is a beard
Have they
with
all
a
like
cord.
totally
Light
cut
ones.
him out of their lives?
K.O.
Or is he like still
Simple.
involved in some of them and their lives and stuff?
Just for me, like.
And did he ever try to give them
God of
trouble?
some sort?
Like in my head, I'm thinking,
Tell us of this school.
like since this became super successful and popular, did he ever come out of the woodwork and be like, "I'm gonna sue you unless you pay me money"? Something like that. I don't know. I'm just these are things that come to my mind.
Human. A human.
It wasn't a
Horde
falling
is
out.
essentially
Oh,
a
okay.
deity of warfare, combat, and storms.
Well, maybe I'm maybe I'm
God that
phrasing
has
it nicer
been
than
long
it
worshipped
actually is.
by,
They
tribal
beat him
cultures from long
to
past that enjoyed the essence of battle and challenge and
Did you
combat.
say storms? Type
They go to
things?
Burning Man often. Burning Man's only once a year, though, right? I'm pretty sure, like Coachella, all that's. I'm pretty sure they're all like. I mean, throwing an event like that more than once a year would
Quickly,
be
the
pretty
motif of
crazy.
this section of the town comes into play. This, you assume at this point, is the portion of the city that's
Oh,
dedicated to
he
the
went
temple
off
of
for
Horde,
medical
this being
treatment and
the
rehab.
structure you see before you.
Does it
I thought
seem
I remember you told me
a
this
central
because
thing
drugs
across the whole
and he had
town,
AIDS and
like
all this
this
stuff.
town just kind
But
of
I also
worships
thought
corn or cord?
that before that happened, I thought there was a falling out and he was like
first one-
taken off.
The first one you were
I thought he
about
was
to,
removed from the show and then all that
was
happened.
primarily under the worship
Like,
of.
I'm sure he's dealing with
Bahamut,
it
the Platinum Dragon.
currently or
Okay.
soon, but
Get the giggle.
I thought I thought the rehab and everything led to him getting tossed. So then that is more of a reason where they probably are still friends with him, maybe, or some people.
If it is a temple to cord, is
What is
this
that,
then a
fried
place of
chicken?
battle?
What
Is
do we
this
got there?
somewhere where people go watch
Is that fried chicken and biscuits?
battles and fighting?
Not ready?
From the
He
exterior,
does it every
is
other time.
closed off
Don't be
temple.
surprised if
It looks
Orion
just like a
manhandles
large
all the food and
block
passes it around with his bare hands because he does it all the
obstinate
time.
fortress that is
Just throwing chicken around and
really
food,
impenetrable
grabbing
in the
everyone's
way it's
shit.
Constructed and reinforced. You don't know what's inside of it.
And there's a big
Nothing
gate
that has
on
been
the
mentioned
door
in the
at front
media.
door.
Two large iron doors.
The
about 20 feet
mediaverse
tall, that are
over the
currently
years.
Shut. It's about 5 or 6
But then
steps
treatment
leading up
started.
It is
They don't
nighttime.
mention him.
to it. It is nighttime currently, yes.
Are there any,
I guess that would make the most sense.
Horses
Any
race by.
citizens walking around right now? Or are we alone in the dark?
No, I mean, as it's gotten dusk, it's thinned out a little bit, but there are a few individuals walking by. You can see carrying pickaxes over one shoulder and passing by.
I like to walk up to the nearest one and just ask, yes.
To who?
The nearest
To
person?
the passerby.
You can see
The
two
near
gentlemen,
passerby, the
one's
nearest
in his mid-twenties,
passerby.
the one that
Orion
turns
is
to
still
initially
sometimes
looks like
credited in
a
stuff
little older,
like
late 30s,
the thanks.
grizzled, shaven, but the 5 o'clock shadows.
That's what I was like, in my head, I'm
Tussled
thinking,
hair, dirt on the face,
imagine you were
simple
part of
clothing,
something
pickaxe over his shoulder,
that
looks
became
like a leather belt that carries other
ridiculously
tools around.
successful after you left. Like, that would suck.
Guys?
I'd rather never be
excuse me, good
successful.
sir,
I'd rather
my
never
friend,
be
over
successful
here, the
than to
Dragonborn,
find out you
he
could have
seems to think
been
that this is some sort of
And you
temple
were
or edifice to the
too
god.
much of an
Kord.
idiot
I just
to
wanna
take
know,
advantage
is
of the
he correct?
moment.
It's your first time in the
I mean-
Braving Grounds.
In Dwarvish, I say,
Oh, they're not dwarves. They're not dwarves.
I'm sure it's good that he got treatment and rehab and all that stuff.
I asked if they were.
But-
they
Yes,
said that they're not.
absolutely. This is.
I'm sure his life choices weren't great if he needed
Just
rehab and
rolled
treatment.
in to Vasselheim. What can you tell us of this? It's an impressive structure.
The younger gentleman next to him, similarly dressed, begins to speak up, and he kind of puts his hand up and just goes,
The Braving Grounds.
How do I
is the
say
area of the
without
city
spoiling,
built around
soon
the
Orion
worship
leaves
of
and
the
there's an
great
opening
god
for him to
Kord's
come
protection
back?
and strength he bestows upon
Oh.
those who live.
Orion
for
is
the
still
sake of
sometimes
challenge.
credited. Oh, that's.
Prove
I mean, I
oneself
did not
better
know
each
that.
passing day.
But
That
that's
is
good to know. It
embrace.
doesn't really spoil anything because I have no idea when that could
So
be
it's like a
or exactly what it's
battleground?
referring to. But thank you, Michael.
It's a community that, when called to
M.
battle,
Gormley, they
can
credit
definitely
Orion
defend.
as a guest.
What you see
M. Gormley, what is
before
up?
you,
Welcome, M.
you kind of look
Gormley.
up at the giant structure.
This is called the Trial Forge. This is the oldest known temple to Kord and has been built and rebuilt.
I have this shirt on, by the way, because
for
I was
many,
doing
many hundreds of years.
reactions before this,
Right.
and I needed to wear my
Does
Rick and
one
Morty
need to
shirt
be
for a
a priest
show.
or cleric of this faith to challenge oneself? Or can anyone
Worship.
worship?
Anyone's able to worship what deity they wish in this town.
Typically worship.
Understanding. If you're looking for a tussle, what you're looking for is the crucible.
Worship.
Yes. What else can you tell us about this crucible?
Crucible's a fighting thing. I mean, there is a
crucible.
sacred arena within the temple, but that's reserved for very, very special occasions.
I want in.
If you're looking to just get your fight on and punch someone in the face, crucible is what you're looking for.
Splits off to the side. and
Let's
points a little ways down
go.
the,
I want it on the
roadway.
Crucible.
I think Rob wants to go.
Just
I'm in.
down that way, you'll see
And
a
this
tavern
episode, by the way, is
Bellows
called
Respite.
Hubris.
Bellows Respite.
One of the finer
Hubris
inns you'll find in
is the name of this
Braving
episode.
Grounds
Every time I hear the
proper,
word, I think
if
of
you walk that
Picard
direction, you'll see the crucible before too long.
when that lady says
Falls in the crucible.
Me, no.
something. She curses. It was like one of the first times I ever heard cursing in Star Trek.
I just take to the mines.
Something like,
Are these?
you got some
battles
fucking
to the
hubris
death?
or something like that. I just remember like, whoa,
These are
lady
battles
just
of
said the F word in Star Trek.
Death belongs in a true war.
They're not
Mind
friends
you,
anymore,
there
but
have been some
all
folks,
are
unfortunately,
cordial
may have
towards each
fallen
other.
to hit on the head too hard, and that's
You still haven't
understandable.
gone back to
But
Hell of
the
a
purpose
Boss.
of Court, at least, is
Not
necessarily
angry,
to smite
just
the foe,
noticing.
unless they
You
give
are
you
correct.
Damn good reason.
You are correct, and I
Other
honestly,
than that, contest of
should've.
strength is how we live.
over the weekend, I did a lot of reactions to catch up on things in the far
That's this
future.
neighborhood of Vasselheim.
Because
not
I
the
was like,
city
oh,
as a
I'm
whole,
caught
just,
up on everything. I totally
municipal-
could have did Hell of a Boss. It didn't even cross my
For the
mind. I
most part,
apologize.
I mean, we
I'll,
have members of our
I'll try to do some this
community
weekend
that are
because I think I'll have the
bastions
time.
and guard the whole city, as in so.
It's one of those
but,
things. I do so many shows.
Tend to keep to our own.
There was probably upwards of
Pardon my
15 or
French,
20
it's
shows
clumsy. The other gentleman
that I'm
picks up
watching
his
on a
tools
monthly
and-
basis. Probably more, at least 15 to 20, at least. So by the time I do like rapid catch up and get ahead like a month or two, I totally, I just write it in the book. What do I need to do?
Some people come in.
And Hell of a Boss is always like a bonus
Probably
thing.
best to ask her on
So
the
I don't
crucible,
ever
to be
have it
honest.
in the
I've seen
book,
some
but now
people take
I'll
some
try to
serious
remember.
beatings down there. I haven't kept much attention to it. Having the money to sling around it.
The money. The money.
The
Wait, it costs
money.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure we're down to the hour, at least to the break.
Welcome to Vasselheim, my dear.
What is it, one?
You got the itch like I have.
We're gonna be rich.
what if there are two people fighting the town does not
When does that go away?
I don't know. Take it up with the crucible.
Looks like
How far is the crucible
125.
from here?
Keep walking.
Yeah, we're down to under an hour to the break.
keep walking.
So shot time.
Thank you.
Under an hour to the break. Who wants a shot? Who gets a shot? Anybody new in the chat? My God, I
Strength
almost
to
just
you.
spilled it
Keeps on
everywhere.
walking towards.
See, I forget this is an actual bar shot glass. So it literally is
I see.
easy to overfill. It's literally measured out and just big enough. If you guys didn't
Guys,
notice,
walk beyond the.
this is also one of my father's shot
trial
glasses.
forge. Back
The
towards
big
the
one,
back
I think you
came
guys
kind
were
of
with
off
me
to
when
the
the
left.
big
You can
one
see
that I've had my
the-
entire life
most
that
of
I
the
always show
buildings,
off that
the
has
lighting
like
is very low. You can see
it's
most
supposed to be
folks are
indestructible. It
or
broke.
at least they keep a very
So this
low
is
visual
the
profile from their abodes.
crappier
However,
of the shot glasses I have from my father.
blazing from the interior of this
super
3-story inn.
Shallow.
The Bellows Respite is definitely
It
a
is
rowdy
what
place.
it
You can
is.
hear already
Rewatch
shouts
the
of
other episodes,
music,
or
screaming
you
from
won't
the
remember
interior of
where
it.
you left off. It can actually be important. At
gather
least the episodes aren't
that
long at the
while there are a
point
lot
you
of
left
people
off
inside,
at.
you can see
Yeah,
it
they're
at
an easy
the
watch.
windows and openings to
And my
the
sister
inside of the tavern.
watched all of
There
them
is
too.
a
My
large
sister
group gathered
reacted
in
to
the
all of
middle
it
the
too.
thoroughfare,
Hell of a Boss
just
and Has Been
outside.
Hotel.
Looks like a circle of individuals that are all.
She has
shouting and
shirts. I should
screaming over
borrow.
each
Well,
other.
I actually got my own shirt now.
Big
I got a
fist
Hell
bumps
of a
to the
Boss shirt
air,
for
some folks are angrily
Easter
throwing,
or Christmas or something.
Their coin purses to the ground.
But she has shirts too. She has like a Has Been Hotel. I got. I don't know if I ever showed you guys. On Christmas, she bought me all these Has Been Hotel
Starts running up,
and Hell of a Boss
bounding up the way. You
plush
can see the actual.
animals.
Grog, not too far
I think I
ahead.
showed you guys. I can't remember.
I don't start running, but I'm following behind him, and I take out my keen dagger and just start sort of dancing it across my hand as I follow after him.
David Bowie.
Bowie in the glass orb.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I have those.
Is there like?
I have glass orbs that you could do the David Bowie
Actually,
thing
as you
with.
approach, you can see
We've tried.
There is no.
It's harder than it
registry.
looks.
There is quite literally a pit in the ground. It's a 15-20 foot dip. It is a carved out pit. Maybe no more than I'd say 25, 30 feet across-ish.
That's pretty big.
And there's
25,
no
30 feet
ladder,
across
there's no step
and
going
15,
down,
20
there's
feet
just
deep?
two
That's
people
pretty
in
big.
there beating the ever-living crap out of each other, and a crowd of people gathered around.
All right.
You do see what looks to be two very well-dressed gentlemen there in the process of collecting and paying out. And you approach just as the final hit takes to this gentleman's jaw. This tattooed individual, you can see bloodied in the face, nose broken, teeth knocked out. This poor human fella just gets knocked clean onto the ground. And you can see standing over his body this extremely built, aggressive, looks like another human female with her hair pulled back in a very tight ponytail, just spits in his body, turns around and wipes the blood from the front of her face.
Who is this lovely
Snaps her
woman?
fingers, and you can see
Grog's in
folks
love.
bring a ladder and lean it over the side, and she climbs up the ladder as everyone cheers on her way up.
Grog,
Before we,
like
get
he's
up to
wiping
the
his
crowd-
mouth. He's in love.
You missed this.
sorry.
Thank you.
Before we get up to the crowd, I transform into Minxie. I'm going Minxie.
Minxie.
And I pace,
Going Minxie.
catch up to Grog.
Okay.
They don't like magic. Going Minxie.
Going Minxie.
Do they see me? No, I'm trying to do it stealthily before it happens.
You make a stealth check if you like. You do know through the discussions that it's arcane magic that seems to be the shunned element of this town.
And that's
as it
natural
is,
magic?
as it is a town of worship, divine magic for the most part seems okay as long as it's not used.
Everyone saw me. It's fine.
Everyone would have seen you if they weren't currently enraptured by the chaos.
Right, that's
those,
why I'm trying to do it before we get up to the crowd.
those that did
and
notice
then
probably didn't seem to care much other than just the giant tiger now walks up to the
There might
pit.
be.
Can I
might be-
grab
only
the
did you
nearest
roll
person near me,
poorly, but no one
turn
cared.
whoever's shoulder that is, and go,
Who's that? I knew it. Yeah, I want the name. Who is that?
As you pull
Awesome.
the shoulder around, you can see a rather portly human fellow, balding on top with long, kind of Benjamin Franklin-looking hair. Very nice robes. Turns with his jeweled hands. Says,
Are you new to this town, then, is it?
So she's the
Oh, that's the
current
siren.
reigning champion. The Siren.
The siren?
Siren.
The siren?
The Siren. Siren.
I approached and kind of saunter next to Grog.
all right.
Don't say anything.
the siren.
She's the one you bet on. Trust me on that.
As he walks over to.
But see, if you come to a town
very, very,
and everyone's like, you bet on the
siren.
siren never loses.
Tall,
That's
thin
when you gotta
man,
be worried
very,
that the
very
fix is
fine
in at some
purple
point.
robes,
I'm not saying right now, obviously, because she won. And a lot of people won't take a fall. But then you got mobster types that come in and they're like, take the fall, or I'll murder your entire family and break your legs. So the siren, I would. That's why I don't bet on underground things like this. Because I don't trust regulated professional sports sometimes.
wish the fact.
You'd have refs making weird calls and stuff. But if you go to a place like this, you can almost guarantee there's some shady
His arm out, and the crowd kind of
things
goes back
going
a
on.
bit,
Let's
and
just
he
say
takes
that.
A good long head to toe. Up
We
and
used to,
down,
I've told you guys
kinda
this
walks
too. We used to
around
play
from
like
side
a
to side,
lot
inspecting you.
of very
He
high
gets a little bit
stakes
close
card
and kind of
games
reaches out without even asking and starts grabbing
in
inside of your
like
arms.
I
underground
kinda
poker
start-
parlors.
Start growling.
And every time we'd go, I'd be like, guys, how do we know
Okay.
that these guys aren't like
Calm down.
professional
Steps back.
card dealers and are like base stealing and cheating and everything?
It's not too
The only thing
late.
I gotta say is I won every time we
Caliber
went.
of fighter do you
So
consider yourself?
if they were cheating,
Caliber?
I was making money.
Caliber?
Who do you want to
Because sometimes they just won't, you know, they don't have to cheat everybody.
Who are the options?
They just have to do it good enough to make a profit
This
and
is
make
my
it look
friend
good.
Scanlan, and
So,
I'm using more
other
of his
people got to
manager
win
than
occasionally.
Scanlan.
Maybe I just got lucky and was the guy winning all the time. I don't know. But
Pleasure's all mine.
or it could have just been a legit
My-
place. I
my
just don't
brute
ever
over
trust
here.
anybody.
Who can he battle? What are his options?
I got a good look at the grog card. Last time I was saying they never showed the grog
I'll
card
fight him.
for longer than like 5 seconds.
Excuse me?
I said I'll fight him.
I apologize. If you're going to have someone enter the arena worth betting on, they have to go up against one of our proven fighters first. However, once your friend here gets his face beaten, then you're more than welcome to join him in the ring.
Once your friend here gets his face beaten in, I love it.
I haven't laughed so hard in my entire life. Face beat these
In all
days.
honesty,
Face
I like
beat.
that Matt said that because that would legitimately be the way it's done. You couldn't have a group of people walk into a fight club and go, yeah, the two of us want to fight. They're going to go, who the fuck are you? We don't even know you people. We've never even seen you before. You can't just come in here fighting in our pit against
First
each
and
other.
foremost,
You got to
all bets
fight
begin with 100 gold
our
pieces.
people.
100 gold, is that all?
Well, you can increase the bet if you like.
I'd love to.
What would you like to bet?
500
10,000.
gold on this one right here.
You're the only one betting.
500 gold.
She bets for all of us.
I mean, honestly, after that
Down the right
coin
now
we
that I
spent,
can be-
we spent so
guy.
much money
You mean
the other day.
You mean
when we did the shopping and shipping
money.
episode,
Yes.
we spent like almost 50,000 gold.
Fight him yet.
What is 500 gold after
Rules are meant to
spending
be
that kind of coin?
Bent and stretched. Am I right?
You're not going to put your own money down between your friends to fight your friends.
It's a contentious
Yeah.
relationship.
I'm not going to pay off.
We hate each other.
Relatively.
We're gonna bet money
Your face says
on our
500
friend to
gold
fight our
on
friend,
the
but don't worry,
line.
we hate
Is
each
there
other.
anything else?
I've got 100 gold on
Other
me.
individuals kind of.
100 gold on me. I mean, that's allowed. You can always bet on yourself because you're obviously
Who is he
going to
fighting?
try to win. So betting on
no,
yourself. That was the Pete
We have to
Rose
bet
thing.
before we see the,
Pete
uh,
Rose was
Yeah, of course.
shunned from the Baseball Hall of Fame. Then he died last year, and they put him in after he died. And he said, they're going to wait till I die. They're going to put me in the Hall of Fame after I die. And I just want to live to see the day. And they never let the dude. And all he did was gamble on sports. I mean, he was kind of a cranky asshole. But you don't get put in jail for being a cranky asshole.
And,
Beauty.
They banned him because he gambled on
put
sports.
you at
And he said, I only bet on
4
myself.
to 1 again.
But it was illegal in general to bet on sports.
Okay.
But he's like, what's the problem with me betting on myself? I'm not going to throw the game
Don't tell
if I'm betting. Like, if anything, I'm just going to try harder. And I try hard every time I play.
How's he think
And they were like, yep, you suck.
Those are fair odds. We can take that.
All right, 500 gold. Is this all I'm hearing?
100 of my own gold on me.
600 gold.
Hold on.
I'll bet 50 gold against him.
I love it.
We have to hedge. We have to hedge.
100 gold is the minimum.
100,
Well, then I can't afford it. I'm sorry.
100 gold. And he goes, oh, fuck that. 50 gold, I'm in. And against Grog. 50 gold, I'm in. And I'm betting against him. It is what it, oh, I already read that. How's everybody doing? Everyone's good? Everyone's good? We enjoying Jay's ranting and fight clubbing? We used to have Fight Club. This is a 100% total serious thing. Right after Fight Club came out in like the 90s, several years later, we all, a good number of us, all took martial arts, all different forms of martial arts. A lot of us were like MMA guys and stuff. And they literally built a cage in my cousin's basement. He had like, he lived with a bunch of dudes, had like a really big house. I think I might have told you guys this. And we would literally
My mouth.
fight in his basement. We didn't have like people betting on it and stuff. Maybe people did, but it wasn't like an organized gambling fight club. It was like we all just went there and fought to show off our skills and who was tougher.
You cannot cast a spell when you're in beast form.
I think I've told you guys this before. I never
You did that
lost.
once, it didn't work
I'm not
out so well.
bragging, but I never lost. And the reason I say that is because one time I refused to tap, and I got beaten so badly.
You're on your own.
Like not beaten like I lost. Like I was beaten up so bad, and was the other guy was too. Don't get me wrong. We were both like beating the tar out of each other, and neither of us would give up. And I don't think I've ever, unless it was like an actual accident, I don't think I've ever felt pain like that the next day. I was so bruised, like internally, that I was like broken for like a week, just from sparring my friend, so to speak.
The other individual
But we like sparring
the initial,
is speaking
cookies
lightly
here.
of the acts we were doing to one another.
Yes.
We were like pile driving each other into the ground. We were also probably drunk,
We have a newcomer. A newcomer.
and it hurt a lot.
name-
I remember for days. I'm not even exaggerating. Like I woke up the next day and I literally couldn't move. I was so like deeply bruised, and I got ice packs, and I covered my body, and I laid on the couch. Philip the newcomer. I laid on the couch for like 2 or 3 days, called out of work, and covered myself in ice packs. And then I recovered. I remember for a while though being like, did I like internally
His face
break
pummeled.
something? Like, it was bad. I was in some pain.
Standing champion.
Oh shit.
Kern the Hammer.
At which point, the crowd
The
immediately
hammer.
goes quiet and whispering, and a couple goes.
Who gets the shot?
At which point, you can
Neil,
see
are you still
a few
there?
individuals now walking over, ushering.
Do
this
we
man
have
who looks
Neil?
like
Is
he
my
just
good
stepped
friend
out of
Neil
the
out there?
grandma's
Probably not, because he said he was
cold
going
darkness
out
face.
to dinner, and it is past
This
dinner
man
time.
is a 6'6", very visibly
Let's
half
do. I feel like there was somebody
gentleman.
else I saw.
like
Was there? Did any like stars
thick
pass
ass
away or
building
something?
walk
I feel
past
like I
him
saw
through here.
like a
Bald
movie
head,
star or
big,
somebody
bristly
passed away
mustache.
yesterday or the day before.
And a face that's obviously taking a beating over the
I can't
years. He walks
remember.
up nonchalantly, just wearing a simple
Kern,
tattered tunic,
Kern,
leather
Kern.
pants and
Kern
boots.
the Hammer.
See, like cracking his fingers.
That was the name of
Some other
my
guys.
childhood doctor. What is that called?
I envy your facial hair.
What is a child doctor called?
I envy your currently
Not
unbroken
an orthopedist. Isn't it an orthopedist? I'm bad with doctors.
I'm gonna kill him.
I don't think it's an
That's not.
orthopedist.
That's a rule, right?
Or maybe it is. I don't know. But my childhood doctor was named Mr. Kern. That was my
The bookie steps
doctor,
forward.
Mr. Kern.
No killing, fighting till one falls.
Don't fall down.
What happens if they start to cry?
Then you keep punching.
I like it.
No weapons,
Doogie
No
Howser, MD.
fists against fists, till one of them falls.
A child doctor.
Lower
No,
the ladder.
no. A
Put the
pediatrician.
ladder down
I
into
totally
the
backed
arena.
the store when you said. When I'm like, what does Doogie have to? No, not. Yeah, I'm assuming you're joking, but maybe it was the way I said it. I didn't mean an actual child doctor. I meant a doctor that deals with children.
A small
But I love that you wrote that because I'm assuming you're joking, and I had to think about it.
Iron wine
I'm like,
skin
what is
exclusive,
Doogie
kind of
Howser?
just drinks it all
Doogie
down.
Howser, child doctor.
Yeah.
I love it.
Puts it down, throws it to the ground, kind of with a ting, ting, ting.
That thing.
Right? Wait, what was in that? What was in that? What was in that?
Wine.
Is that wine?
Wasn't that?
Was it customary to drink before a fight?
Oh, it is?
Well, can
Grog.
Can I have my cash?
Yeah, Grog, go get your cask and pound that shit.
Do we have? Does
Sounds like
anybody
it's
have?
expected.
Does anybody have like a potion of stone skin or anything like good?
Not now.
As everyone gathers around, you can now
Would that be
see
frowned
Thor coming
upon?
back out of the tavern
I feel
to
like if you
gather
took a
around the
potion of
outskirts the
stone skin or
crucible.
something, people would notice you're
fluid
taking
down.
some extra
ladder.
abuse and
he's
not
already
really
down?
showing.
Or Grog, what else you want to do before you prepare?
I thought we
What
would
do I want to
get
do
to
to
like.
prepare?
Oh yeah, if you haven't gone down yet, the other guy has come down the ladder.
you gone down yet?
Anything else you want to do before
Well,
you
I
get
took a drink from the.
Big old chug of the cask of
Wait,
ale.
I
Giant
go over to
chug of the
Grog,
cask of ale.
And I look in his eyes and I
I'm just
say,
gonna pick someone at
"Listen, you got
random."
this. I can't give you any.
And it is
anything
Backless
else,
Door.
but you got
Backless
this,
Door,
man.
you're getting the
And,
shot.
I also
Mainly because I like the
very
Doogie
quickly take
Howser,
out my
and
potion
because
of-
you are a
of,
great person.
Of fire giant strength.
Cheers
and I just sort of slip it
to Backless
him
Door.
before he
We
takes a
have
drink of his ale. I don't
about
know
an hour
if I
left.
hand it to him.
From here, I mean, there's like 40 minutes to the break, but then we're gonna go 20 minutes past that. So, hour left. Cheers.
Falls and breaks on the ground. Oh, that's a 6. So 8.
All right.
Oh.
As you walk towards him and begin looking in his eyes, as you begin to pull out the flask, a hand.
Oh my god, it's so cold.
And you glance over and you can see one of the
Ooh, that was cold.
burly human gentlemen that escorted Kern the Hammer in is currently grasping your arm and says,
I'm watching you.
It's
One more try, I'm throwing you in there, and we'll go down ourselves.
it's for my asthma. I promise.
shoves you back away, still clutching it. Looks to you, Grog, up into your eyes.
You gonna climb down a fight, or you gonna be a pussy about it?
I love it. I love what's
That's a
happening
really
right
good
now.
Question. I would like to rage, and I jump in the fucking pit.
Leap over the side, completely avoiding the ladder. Both feet hitting the ground with like a heavy thud sound.
Now,
The
is that
the
acceptable?
dust kicks up around
I don't know
your
the
feet.
rules of Vox Machina Fight Club. What is the rules of Dungeons and Dragons Fight Club? Can you rage? Like, I feel like there'd be things you could. I don't know. What is? I don't know what would be acceptable. Like, wouldn't raging
foam tossed from the side of his
be
mouth.
like a
Fucks with Phil.
almost like taking steroids or something like that? Like in like my point being in UFC you cannot be on steroids. You'll get eliminated. So to me this is, I mean, granted this is like an underground fight club, but I feel like you should not be able to take PEDs, and raging to me is a D&D PED. PED is
First round starts. You're up.
I would like to
physical
intimidating
enhancement
presence on Fern the fucknut.
All right, Kern. Kern.
I feel like
It's better if Grog gets it wrong.
rage is like the ultimate
Thank you.
PED.
Philip.
Because you just ask, you don't gotta take anything. You gotta take anything or drink
use your
anything
action to
or
use,
inject anything.
it was
You
invading
just
presence?
say it.
Yeah.
All right,
Imagine
so
just
what's
going
the DC on that?
roids, and while you're lifting, you're just roids, and you just like could max out your bench and grow to abnormal sizes in real life. That'd be amazing.
will
I mean, it
unfortunately not
probably wouldn't be
succeed.
great for your body long term.
As you glare at him,
But every time you laugh, roids.
angry Philip glare, your bellow echoing through the bottom of this crucible, which in itself forms like a very interesting acoustic amplifying of your yell. You can see
Raging
that
is normally
Kern on the other side is
allowed.
looking
It's
at you,
considered
same
a class
intense,
thing.
Burning rage.
Potions not allowed. So you have a massive advantage if you're a
That's your whole
rager, like a barbarian.
If you like.
If you have the ability of rage, you clearly.
Okay.
I mean, there are probably other
All right,
things
so
too,
as
but
you
I
sit
feel
there waiting
like
with your fist at your side,
you have a
Kern
tremendous
takes his turn.
advantage. But then again, the guys you're
A little bit
fighting would
around
probably
you as it
rage
spiral
too.
about with an
If they're
unnerving
champions.
speed, dashes forward.
Fists come swinging. 1, 2, both strikes coming towards you. That is a
19 hits.
19.
Misses.
What?
This is all just like fisticuffs.
Oh wait,
And that is a
what is Grog? I
24.
thought Grog was an 18.
And as a bonus action, using his rage, a third attack.
His rage. There you go. I was gonna say they must have rage too. I would imagine if you are a champion, put it this way: if you could be a champion without raging, then you got some other advantage.
The first
Because
one
if you
does
could
8
beat
points of damage.
ragers without
The
rage,
second one does 7 points
You're
of
doing
damage.
something
As one
right.
fist clips you across the chin, the other one goes boom right into your abdominals. You're still tensing and you feel the impact.
Why was
But if you
Grog? Did I
just
miss
take
something?
the-
Why was
the sheer
Grog's
weight of the
AC
force and just flex
high?
and angrily stare him
19.
down in return?
Maybe he is a 19. I thought Grog was an 18.
Move your pecs up and down.
Maybe when you rage, does your AC increase or something?
Give him the magic mic.
Do the Terry Crews. I call it the Terry Crews, where you shake your
now see
pecs.
Kern prepares for a second bout. It's your turn, Grog. What are you doing?
I would like to go into a frenzied rage.
All right.
And I would like to start with a giant front kick forward and then hammer
Frenzied
down.
rage
All right,
with a
go
front
for first
kick.
strike.
Oh
That
no.
misses. That's a 2.
It's probably gonna miss.
Yeah.
Suck.
Probably. That's good.
See, when we would, this is another big thing too. When we would fight
That's also
club,
19.
Both hits. Yep.
you could
So
only
you go to kick with the
go
front kick and
50%
dodge to
with
the
your
side.
fists, and
However,
you'd have
you're still
gloves.
using your giant
So we
haymaker
had
and
like
your
rules,
clip
so
them
we
across
didn't
the
kill
face
each
for little
other.
damage.
No kicking allowed.
That is a 6.
So if you were like a
Start off
Muay
with
Thai
your-
fighter or something,
so
you
rolling
were
1d4
getting a
and
disadvantage. There was no kicking because kicking just got out of hand, and you can like really fuck somebody up. And you could do fists, but we had gloves, and you could only go 50%. If we thought you were going stronger, you would be like taken out. Like we would be like, that's it, fight's over, you cheated. So you could only go 50% strength fight with your fist. Mainly the game was mainly grappling, because a lot of us were like wrestlers, jujitsu, stuff like that. So we made it where you could throw punches. Otherwise, if it's just grappling, it's like wrestling. To me, wrestling gets boring because you gotta constantly dive at the opponent and try to get like takedowns. So we wanted it where you couldn't just look for the takedown, but you also couldn't like hit someone with full strength and break their jaw or something.
All right, cool. So
his AC is 19. Oh, okay, my bad.
The other side.
But yeah, that's why that's why most people, like, otherwise we probably would have had people going to the hospital all the time, because some of these guys were big. This is back when I was like, I could bench like 400 pounds. I literally we would all go to the gym. I was all natural, and I was taking like 3 different mixed martial arts.
What's your AC?
And I legitimately maxed my bench. I think it was like 420. I could, and at like 180 pounds, shredded, I could bench like 420.
6 points of damage.
I was a power. No one could bench more than me. There were guys significantly bigger that were on roids. I'm just naturally ridiculously strong. I also have done manual labor my entire life, moving large appliances and stuff every day for 30 years.
From the impact.
So I guess it's just
that point,
what
he
happens.
comes up and it looks like he tries to go.
My
for
fight club, was more traditional, less about skills and more about the therapeutic effects of pain release. I dig that. Yeah, we started out where it was kind of like a playful thing that we did to challenge each other. Like, it started out where it's like I took judo, taekwondo, and I did like variation of boxing with MMA. One of my friends took jujitsu, one of my friends took kung fu, one of my friends was all out amateur MMA fighter. So we were all like well versed in different things. But it started out where I was like, judo to me is the best. I took taekwondo. I'm a black belt in taekwondo. And I was like, taekwondo was good at first, but at a point it just becomes very repetitive. And I feel like you stop learning new things. Judo, I think, was probably the best thing I've ever taken. It was like throwing and grappling and using your body weight to manipulate people and throw them around. I really dug judo. But then someone I knew took jujitsu, and I think jujitsu's great too. But I never professionally took jujitsu. I just know things from people. And he was like, jujitsu's way better than judo, and he's probably right. But I was like, let's see. And we would fight all the time. Judo versus jujitsu.
So if it's 3 or 4, it's considered 2.
Right. Okay.
So 6. 6. All right. So as you tackle him to the ground,
like jujitsu is way better on the ground. Judo is more getting the guy on the ground. Judo is like you literally like manhandle people and you like trip him and throw him and osotagari over the shoulders and stuff.
As you pull back, instead of
that was my favorite, the osotagari. That's what it was called.
As it comes to his turn, he's not attempting to break grapple. He's going to reach up and grab you and attempt to headbutt you in return.
See, that's why I love this kind of stuff. I love competitive sports. I love fights. I always watch major boxing. I used to watch UFC all the time. But I don't know, UFC got, like, over the years, I used to love when UFC had limited rules. There was like barely any weight classes. There was like you couldn't rip someone's eye out. That was like there was no biting, no eye gouging, and no punch to the balls. You couldn't hit someone in the groin. That was the only rules UFC had.
You guys are both snarling at each
other.
No
eye gouging, no biting, no groin punches. After that, everything was fair game, and there was no weight classes in the beginning. That's when that shit was rocking. You would see like 400-pound monsters fight like little 150-pound wrestler guys, and they'd win sometimes. It was entertaining. Now it's like now everyone trains. It became boxing, basically. Like a more
go ahead
entertaining form of boxing. And then I get it. It was for the safety of the people and stuff. But who cares about safety? I want you to die in front of my eyes and bet $100 on it.
Wham!
No, I don't want that.
Cracks against the ground of the crucibles. He starts picking his head up again. You just reel back again. Wham! Hit him a second time. This time you can see now what his nose was already busted before, and now it's nearly concave.
Grog
like
just
he didn't have a nose before. and
bloodied
just
this
bloody
man
void where it
horribly.
once was.
Who's laughing now, bitch?
He's still smiling in a weird.
Still
twisted way.
smiling. His nose is concaved into his face, and he's laughing about it. See, that's my guy. Kern is my guy.
He's gonna take
How I'm
his,
saying, like, I
turn to
want
attempt
the
to break
violence. I
Grapple's
like,
action.
that's part of the
Go ahead and
fun.
roll
You don't have to
either
get
athletics
involved if
or
you don't want
acrobatics
to.
check.
No one forces anybody to do underground street fighting. They're not like saying, Grog, you better go in here. We're gonna kill you.
All right,
Grog
he
volunteered
kicks you up,
for
back
this
onto your feet. As he
outrageous
does,
fun
he
time we're having.
Kickups onto his feet as well. Looks at you with a smile, kind of wipes the snot and blood from the front of his face, licks it off his hand, and with that same hand he rears back, almost like he's winding up for a punch, and then just kicks you right in the center of your stomach.
Look at that, a fake out. He did a
22.
fake
Yeah,
out.
that'll hit. Jesus. That is 8 points of damage.
Whoa.
I love that we're actually having like a legit fight with rolls and points and AC. Like, I didn't know how Matt was exactly going to do it. It's being treated like an actual battle. I like it.
You hit me with the knuckle.
We did do this in campaign 2 when Bo fought. Right? Wasn't it Bo? Yeah, Bo.
Pull it back and throw my fist
In campaign 2, this happened,
Alright, go ahead.
and we were betting on it and stuff. I remember this, but that was like
19
early,
just
right?
barely hits.
When was that in campaign 2? When in campaign 2 were we betting on Bo
Still raging?
fighting? I feel like that was like around this time in campaign 2, like around like the early episodes.
Should we do something?
Have an ale.
Have an ale.
I feel like we should do something.
16 total.
He's got this. Yeah, honestly, he does. Yeah. Scanlan's like, or Sam. Sam is like, should we do something?
Stumbles backward, use
I
inertia to
think
slam him again with the same
Grog's
fist in the face,
got
and
this.
then turn around with a full-on haymaker to the side of the temple. Whack! As you can see, there's a spray of blood and spittle across.
Who
the you guys are
cares?
starting to push towards the
Men
back wall
without
of the
hats.
crucible, and he actually
Episode
staggers back a little bit towards the wall from the
8-89, Vero. So it was a half a campaign ago at this point. By the time, there's 140 something episodes in campaign 2,
his head right
plus
towards
the
stomach that he can't
17
afford,
we're on now.
going
It was
for that
literally a
same
half
for himself. That's
a
gonna be
lifetime ago
20.
of campaigns.
Yeah, it hits.
After Yasha returned.
21.
Oh, so yeah, okay, so it was later than I thought.
21. Comes
I
up,
do remember that
slams
Yasha
you
was
into
there.
the middle of your abdomen for 7 damage.
Should I sing? Should I sing?
Should I sing? I honestly think Scanlan should. I think Scanlan should start singing. I don't think it's going to do anything.
22 points
But
of
I think it'd be
damage.
funny
As he
and something
slams
might
his head
arise.
in your midsection, picks you up over his head, slams you onto the ground, and as you're on the ground, he just runs up and soccer ball kicks you in the side of your ribs. Just whack!
Last
You
of
hear
Us. Those of you who are
crack
watching
as
The Last of
impact
Us
hits
right
and
now,
you can feel that surging
the episode,
shooting,
episode
burning
2,
pain begin to fill the side of your
running soccer kick
torso.
to the
It's your
ribs.
go.
That's all I got to say. I'm not going to say who. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. They
From the
were in
stands,
the city
I
of
turn
Beasts,
to a portly gentleman next
and
to
they're
me,
fighting in a
and I
bar.
say,
That's where they met
"Sir, did you see what
Dairon.
that fucking elf said about your
Dairon,
mother?"
Dairon.
He called her a name I can't even repeat. I'm so sorry.
I'm not hearing any of this.
Go ahead and make a deception.
I love it.
Is he pointing at you?
Yes.
Oh God.
But I
Pointing
see-
at Vax. I love it.
He kind of looks down at you and looks over at the elf and says, "Well, deal with him after the fight. I got too much money."
I love it. I love that Scanlan is trying to create
My side. and I
little
just go,
events
I don't know.
while we're having an event.
It might be too much, man. I grab a handful of dirt and I throw it up into his face.
Ah, all right. Ricky-O style, I like it. All right,
See
so
Ricky-O?
as you go
I've
ahead
never
and
seen
go ahead
that.
and just roll a
Ricky-O?
basic attack.
I remember when I was younger, people used to talk about Ricky-O, the movie Ricky-O. And I remember people telling me, if it's what I'm thinking, I remember people telling me it was like absurdly gory and violent. And it was like, I had to have been like 10 years old, 12 years old, maybe at best. And I never got access to it.
Just kind of reaching out in the area.
And to this day, I've never seen Ricky-O.
that's your,
And every now and then it comes up.
first attack.
And at this point, I've probably seen far worse.
I feel like we
But
have
it
kinship.
like whenever
take my foot and I'll
violent,
throw it right up
gory,
into his grundle,
like
just
crazy
suck the
movies come up,
shit out of his
Riccio
nuts.
is usually always in the conversation.
Go and roll an attack.
And I've
You have
never
advantage
seen
on this
it.
curve.
Maybe I should go see it tonight. After the Celtics. If the Celtics lose, I'm going to watch Riccio.
25. Go ahead and roll damage.
I should put Riccio on the poll. That's what I should do, because it probably is worthy of a reaction. If it's like I'm thinking it is and what people call
You only
it,
have 2, yeah. 10.
it probably is worth reaction.
That's not 10, baby. That was,
Riccio.
that was 11. The first one was 5.
Rufy. Oh.
Yeah, it was
6.
5. That's 11.
Rufy. Oh.
Baby.
If you're gonna do grundle damage, so as he's reeling in, tries to reach out, swiping a back fist into open air, you rush up and just whack, hit him with sheer force that you hear a unanimous "oh" in the crowd from all around echo down. His knees immediately kind of bend in towards
They
each
put the
other,
character
and you
sheet.
the sound escape.
Early campaign, Bo fights Dairon. Later, they have
As you go for
Bo,
your second
Ford,
strike,
and
which is gonna
Yasha
be-
fighting.
What's the
Earlier
second one you do?
campaign,
Or you
Bo
just-
fights
Did he
Dairon.
drop to his knees?
No, he's still.
I think I'm
standing,
thinking of the later
barely.
one though, but you're right.
really? Yeah,
Obviously,
it's the same place.
that is a thing.
You pull back.
I did. I think I was thinking
whack
about
a
the
second
beast
time in the
fights
same
later,
spot,
or
sending
the
him onto the ground from behind.
fights later with everybody. I don't know,
Okay.
because I don't remember. I
I'm literally trying to see him cop.
yeah, I don't think the one I'm thinking of is the one with Dairon. They put the character
well, regardless
sheet.
of what
Grog
happens,
AC is 18.
be a
He
search.
ends with an AC of 19. They put the character sheet. Grog's AC. Yeah, it is 18.
So Thomas turns.
He ends with an AC. What do you mean he ends with an AC of
From his
19?
eyes.
I do know the card said 18. That's what threw me off.
Movement to get up.
What do you mean
He
it
staggers
ends
towards you as
with
you
an 19? Did they just not update the card? Is that what you're saying?
Looks up at you
I'm
for
not
a second. He
clear.
says,
This house is clear.
tall guy. At which point he goes and just lunges for your midsection a second time. Misses with that strike. As you dodge out of the way, he spins around and attempts to back kick you to the torso. That will hit with a 26.
Back kick to the torso.
And
Oh,
that one is going to do.
I have to go get popcorn.
That's going to be 6 points of damage to you.
oh, Ryan just like
Back kick.
emerged from
And as
under
his-
the
his
table.
foot comes
By
down,
level
still
20,
kind of,
his AC is
reaching
19.
towards away
Okay,
from the
gotcha,
sheer
gotcha.
pain, he just rushes forward and attempts to bite into your shoulder. That's going to be a 20.
Mike Tyson
No,
style.
not an actual 20. Just a total of 20. Let's roll a lot of 20s. That's going to be 7 damage as he sinks his teeth into the side of your shoulder and neck area.
How you doing, Phil?
And tears a chunk of your flesh out about the size of his mouth now in the muscle. So you're like, you go back in pain. and
Into
you're both
the
kind of
muscle.
clutching this kind of gladiatorial grip. It's your go.
See, clearly
Amazing.
that's
Since we're clutching that grip,
that's
I'll
what I was
grab
saying.
him back, and I'm gonna try and
UFC?
bite his nose off.
there is no biting
Doesn't he have no nose?
and no eye gouging.
Oh, he's missing a hollow, right?
It's like mashed in. You have to
Clearly,
really get
biting
in,
is like I feel like biting should not be allowed.
I
That's like the one thing. To me, even eye gouging. I get why you don't eye gouge. I get it because you can literally blind someone, and that's crazy if you're doing like a regulated fight. But the biting thing, I always thought the biting thing made sense more than any because
24. I'll hit.
you can literally have people just run at
So
you,
as you reach
grapple
forward
you,
to
and
limp it,
bite the fuck out of you.
use the
Like, what if
barrel
you're
of
like
the
an
blade
expert
to attack, reach
wrestler
forward
and you're a
and bite
biter?
into the front of his
You could
face.
just
You
like,
don't get any nose, but
like
you can
totally
catch up with his
grapple
lips.
somebody and just start biting them. And I would submit just because you're biting the shit out of me, and I don't want to be bleeding all
in your
over the
mouth.
place.
How much damage does that deal?
Don't spit it out.
Don't spit it out. Keep
the
it.
first one is 6.
6 damage. All right. What's your follow-up?
Would you say that he reaches back for his face like that in pain?
Oh, he rears up with his hand right there and is like, oh.
Fantastic. I'd like to just drive my fist into his throat as his head's arched back.
Oh my God, we are being. I mean, I understand this is a fight club. This is
5.
the Crucible
right.
fighting pits. But we are being some. I mean, he bit us. He bit us. I mean, I get it. You bite me, I'm gonna tee you off on you. Like we're already fighting.
With his other hand, we just have been
The
grabbing his
dirtiest
throat.
shit you do
can
to me,
now
I'm
see
gonna
it's
do
trying to
twice
tease
as
visible
dirty to
to
you
the lip
back.
that's no longer there. And what's your third strike?
Would you say that he bends forward then because he's grabbing his throat like that?
He's tough. He's bending forward.
What
he's
is
not,
Ford
like,
gonna
completely
punt him in the
I would
face?
say I go up next to him and invoke a fabled hero that I heard about in the woods named Macho Man Randy Savage. And I double tap my
Macho
elbow
Man
and drive it down
Randy
on top of his
Savage.
head.
Love it. Double tap
All right,
to the back of the
so
head.
Go ahead and roll damage on this one.
Thank you. 6.
Yeah.
6. So as you
When I was reading the subtitles, it said incapacitated. I thought it said decapitated. And I'm like, did Grog just decapitate the guy in the ring?
Slams down, face first, into the dirt. Just like that.
And Matt hit it so hard that he actually fell over.
He's looking kind of rough.
I believe that's pronounced Machoman Ran Savage.
Right. There you are.
Machoman.
Gracious warrior of the woods.
Machoman Ran Savage.
On the ground, he reaches forward and attempts to
I love
sweep
it.
your legs out from under you. Go ahead and make this would be
Machoman.
an acrobatic.
I like that the
I
best.
think it's a dexterity.
The Rand Savage part is okay. But the Machoman, I like
Pulls your
that.
legs out from under you. Whoa, slam on your
Machoman
back.
Randy
As he leaps
Savage.
up
I'm
on
putting
top of you immediately. And
on
with both of his
my
fists in the air
account.
and
I don't think
slams
I
you
ever
down
liked
towards
it on
your
my
face.
account. Here is the final like
that's
by
gonna
yours
be
truly.
a
We are almost halfway, everybody.
What?
I don't think we're going to achieve it.
hit. You take
But we are at
6 points of
18
damage.
likes, everybody. 18 likes.
22 points of damage.
And 23 to hit. It's going to be an additional
8 points of damage.
30 damage.
Once down in your face. Brings him again. With a second slam.
Alright,
down
that's
in the front of
30
the face
damage
again.
right there.
Now you can taste all the irony blood and liquid kind of pouring through your sinuses down into the back of your throat as you're currently on the ground with him on top of you. You're both looking pretty rough. Where are you at hit point wise, by the way?
Right, I say, tastes like home, and I spit in his face and reach up and thunderclap both of his ears.
All right, go ahead and roll for attack.
Matt asked, how good are you on hit points?
24.
Travis did not say.
17.
17 does not hit.
22.
22 does hit. So you reach up. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, yeah, right.
Whack! Thunderclap the side of both his ears.
6.
6 points of damage. As he rears back and instinctively his hands go up and try and grab at your wrists. You pull the wrists back and he's holding you from that point. You attempt to go for another strike, but he just redirects it with his own arms. You manage to pull out of the grip with a third strike. What are you doing for the one?
He pulls away from my wrists, and I'll just give him a little of the same. Put my fist together and just swing straight down into his solar plexus since he's sitting on top of me.
Roll damage.
5.
5. When you hit and you hear the wind out of him from the impact, and he
I can't believe that would
trying
do
to get
it.
the wind back as he kind
Okay, you. Whoa.
he pushes off of your chest to stand up for a second and gets one big inhale of air, and as he does, he just reaches up his leg and then kind of tries to curb stop kick you right into the stomach while you're still on the ground.
This is a brutal, violent fight.
18?
This isn't like your typical Fight Club.
a 19.
I'm used to like, even underground fight clubs are usually more about
All right.
the
So
skill.
He goes to kick you once, and you
Even
dodge with
like
the
even
blade,
when
kick
you've
a second
seen
time. This time
like
you
in
catch the
movies
foot,
or in real
kinda
life,
hold it
I've
in
seen
place.
real life
He then
stuff like
lifts
this.
up with his
Not
other
like
foot
this,
to a
but I've
point
seen
where
real
now
life
he's holding
Fight
in the
Club
air as
type
he puts all
scenarios.
his weight in the air,
Usually,
he reaches down and slams his elbow right. in
it's
the center
more
of your
about the
chest, kinda
skill
way you did
of
with
the
his head
fighter.
earlier.
Right.
This is
That's
just
84, 8
violent.
8
This
points
is
of
just
damage.
like who's
Take the flag and
can
another
take
one,
more
please.
abuse.
8 points?
The one guy is like
Slide it
his
down the
his
ground,
nose is
push my
concaved
sister
into
out
his
the way and
face,
yell at the
and he's
top of
like
my lungs,
laughing about it. These are like
Your father was an undead piece of shit, and your cousin's gonna make you his bitch!
my God, Liam, my lord.
popcorn in the world for this.
I know. Oh, it's like,
Yeah, it's literally like we're watching
To reach forward with both of
a
my
fight,
thumbs
like a real fight.
and shove him into his fucking eye sockets.
There's the eye gouging.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
So we just had the only thing we done it all because I'm pretty sure they got hit in the groin too, right? Wasn't there one that said he got got nailed in the groin? So right now they have broke every rule, and these
so
are the
as you
old
reach up
school
to try to
violent
his
rules of
eyes,
UFC.
He grasps
3
your
rules
hands,
on
and instead
UFC. They
begins
broke them
pulling
all.
back on the
Eye
wrists
gouging,
and feel
biting,
the tension of the
groin
bone
punching.
beginning to bend from the sheer strength and force of it. As you pull back your arms, you attempt to headbutt him again, and he dodges his head out of the way.
I'm pretty
He knows
sure
he has
eventually
you in an advantageous
headbutting became a
position
thing
where you
too.
want your third attack to be.
That was like later on down the line before they regulated, headbutting became illegal too. Because
Still on top of me.
what would happen is people would like I said with the biting. You'd get a guy grapple you, and then he would just start headbutting the shit out of you, and like they were afraid of like head trauma. Like you don't want guys beating their heads into each other for long periods of time.
Would you say he's on my chest?
Talk about like
He's
massive
currently, like, on your
CTE kind of
chest
shit.
and waist area right now, just like holding you down.
I could try to grapple him, but I'll
Tickle him! Tickle him!
If he's on my chest, I'll use my thighs to shove him up towards the upper part of my body, and I'll just drive down my elbow at the same time.
Okay.
Into that whole bloody target area.
Okay. As you shift upward, you bring your elbow forward. Go ahead and roll for attack.
Totally should have tickled him.
No, you rolled 3. He rolled 3 already.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the last one.
No,
Oh,
the
yeah,
last
yeah,
one,
yeah.
yeah.
So 6 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. As you position him up, you whack, the elbow hits and you can feel it sink in. Like what bones are there are mostly
Like,
splintered and broken.
That's not
and you
normal.
get a good inch into
Why
his
are you
face
still
with your
smiling
elbow.
and fighting like a champion?
As you pull back,
He said that
he's looking really rough, and one of his eyes is kind of beginning to swell entirely shut, and the other one is
like a
looking
Rocky
bloodshot
movie right now.
He's, like,
This is
decimated.
a full-on drag-out
Bones
fight.
broke in his face, eye falling
angrily
out of
looks
his
at
head.
you. And he reaches both of his hands up again in a giant hammer fashion.
I mean, he said, "Kern the
that's
hammer."
gonna be a
Kern the
17,
hammer.
a 20,
Hits,
and a 15.
Oh my
He brings it
god.
down, wham! As it hits, you manage to like take the brunt of it in the shoulder. The second hit comes down and slams you for 8 points of damage. Wham! This one actually you can feel the sternum crack. As he brings up his fists for a third time, tending to end this, you use your leverage you had when you push him up to then actually spring your entire body upward and force him off of you.
Crack
He manages to get
the
to his feet,
sternum.
and you just get up. And you both are
I
just
was like talking to
bleeding
Lauren about
all
this
over
the
your
other day.
faces
Lauren
with
was telling me
giant
how
bruises, and you both of you are just kind of barely
usually,
clinging.
we were just talking about like resuscitating victims and stuff because she's a nurse and beyond, but she's had to resuscitate people and stuff like that in her line of work. And she was saying most of the time you crack the person's sternum, trying to resuscitate them.
24 hits.
She said it's like inevitable that like you have to push so hard to get to like to pump them
All right, so
that you usually crack the sternum.
whack, you hit the side.
And
of the
I was like,
knee,
oh my
roll
god,
damage.
that just sounds horribly painful. Like imagine just cracking your sternum.
6.
I don't want
6.
it. Sounds
And what-
like I told
what
her.
are
I'm
the
like,
attacks you do?
it's almost like to save someone's life, you have to put them through extreme pain and then rehabilitation. Because now you got to rehab from whatever the hell was screwing with you to begin with. On top of the fact that now you have a busted sternum.
Whack! It catches the knee. It doesn't snap, but you can see there's a bend to it, and then he falls to the ground on both.
You
of his
forget
busted knees
fish
now,
hooking.
up
Yes,
to
there was fish hooking was illegal.
And with the third
That's
try, what
when
do
you go like this,
Grab his head, since he's
with your
probably
thumb,
kneeling on the ground
and you
at this
hook
point.
the inside of the mouth and rip.
And say,
It's called fish hooking because you will literally rip someone's mouth right off. Like your cheek is weak. Your cheek is like compared to like a strong like hand that is a weightlifter
Okay,
craziness person
so,
that likes to do damage. Fish hooking, rip your cheek out.
The
In a
little
world
tusks there, yeah.
with magic healing, you go harder.
They're kind of small to
Hope, courage is available. Traveling on my way
slam down on
to
his
the
face,
UPS
you see the
warehouse.
jaw kind of
Hope,
crack
courage
open,
is available.
the tongue kind
I
of
love me
seemingly
some
moves around,
grog
but the jaw
fights.
is definitely broken. From
Yes,
the
this is
impact.
quite lovely. Ninja Master, how are you? I did see you earlier, Bidet fam. Oh, you just came in not too long ago.
That blow
Emojis
should've
galore.
taken him out.
You're not at Pizza Land though, right? Last week.
His body goes like limp for a
Black
brief
Knight.
second.
Meet the Black Knight.
See that half-orc rage kicks in.
Gets
That
one hit
half-orc's
point.
blood. You can see him now rally up for one final round of vengeance against you, Grog. Reaches up and grabs you by the throat and brings you up to slam into his head. This is going to be a
Wild.
a 21.
Wild stuff. But yeah, Ninja, how's life been outside Pizza Land?
17.
I'm assuming you're not there, like I
And
said.
a 22. So the grabs you, slams into your head with the first strike. That is going to be 6 points of damage.
What is he
Boom, in
at?
the face. You can
Ooh,
feel
he's
like
close.
the
You
shock,
could
the
see
white
in Travis's
light your
face
eyes
he
as
is
the
close
impact
to death.
Smashes into you.
Or
He goes
unconsciousness.
to do it a second time. This time you instinctively reach down with your hands and push his face away. You can feel the fading.
And don't
sheer
forget,
impact as
we
he
not
pushes
only
you
will
up
lose the
onto your
fight,
feet again, and you
but we
step
bet
back.
money on this.
He takes a moment to look at you. With his missing lip, his bashed in nose, the eye swollen shut, his both knees kind of messed up. Respect. And he runs forward and with one heaping haymaker just whack takes you in the face. With a cracking
I think
sound
that'll just take him out, Travis.
6 points of damage.
Oh my god, it was so close. It was so close.
With a resounding crack, Grog's head spins, his body.
That was, Matt said this is his last
stumbles a couple of steps.
Shot.
Falls to
His
one
last
knee,
round of attacks.
face down in the
Right?
dirt,
Am I wrong?
unconscious.
I'm pretty sure he just said last round of
The
attacks
crowd raises and cheers
for that guy, Kern the Hammer.
as the
And he knocked Grog
mostly
out.
broken half-orc raises one of its fists to the air, walks around, looks over to your body, reaches into his pocket and flicks a gold coin onto your back.
Oh, fucking dickhead.
Walks over to the
I love
ladder.
I love it.
Begins Very painful.
You gotta
his
be.
way up to the edge
You
of the
don't. I mean, you could be a good guy, but you just got destroyed and won.
Cheers.
You
You can now see a,
do whatever you want to do,
One of the
basically, at
bookies
that point.
reveals a holy symbol, one that you recognize as the symbol of Cord, and goes down in there. Immediately begins administering healing to our recently unconscious Grog. You can see the other bookie, who is dressed similarly in the kind of purplish robes you saw before, also begins to heal our good fighting.
I wonder now, is he gonna become
kind of lumps over and
something
takes
else?
his
Is
sack of
Kern
greens from him.
gonna like assist us in
the
something,
clerics
or do we
are the ones
become
actually running
friends,
this,
or is that
looks
like all we see of the great Kern?
You come to in the pit.
I feel
Grog,
like he's
beaten,
tough
wearied,
dude.
and fatigued.
He might know
because
some
of your
stuff.
frenzied rage. However, you have been defeated in the Crucible.
So close. I hate that it was that close. Yeah, that was so close. If it like, I'll be honest. I expected to lose. I honestly expected to lose because I'm like, whatever's in this pit. I know Grog is great, but whatever's in this pit is gonna probably trump him slightly. But I didn't expect it to be that close. I expected it to be like a massacre. I thought like Grog was gonna get all cocky and get the living crap beat out of him, and that was it.
But it's been a while
To
since
have
you've
it
been
be
vested
like
in one-on-one
one
combat.
hit
And a
away
part of
from
you-
victory.
A part
rough.
of you is deeply hurt by it.
Once the
but at the same
crowdfunding
time,
site goes
there
live,
is
I
that
will let you
burning
all know.
fire.
Do so. Do so. Jesse
need
Dobby
to
Reactions
come
is in the
back.
chat. Everybody say hi to Jesse Dobby
And
Reactions.
eventually tear him down from his precipice when you're ready.
The precipice. The precipice. Yeah, Travis, I mean, I would be very hurt. Dropping in to ask if the baby... No, I did not. Coco's in here with me. But I switched them at like 5:30 and jumped right on. There was technical difficulties. When I was doing the coming soon window, I was still getting shit done. And the coming soon window blared so loud I was killing everyone's ears.
I'm not going to
So
lie.
I literally just jumped on. I told everybody, sorry, I was in the middle of doing something, but let's just start. I did not
so
feed
close.
the babies.
I don't think he's going to be able to take another round with you for at least a few days. But you're welcome to fight in my ring anytime you wish.
We need to earn our money back.
Yes.
There is that, yes.
Or you could just give it to us.
I'll walk away.
Is there a whorehouse here in Hasselheim?
Is there a whorehouse? I love it. I love it. After the conversation and the fight.
Curious look comes across
Is there a
the board's
whorehouse
face
around
and
here?
says,
And it's Vex.
The third floor of the Bellows.
What did I call it?
Bellows
Respute. Oh, respite. Respite. I thought it said Respute.
The third floor of the
Rasputin.
Bellows. Respite. It does itself.
Rasputin.
A brothel, if that's what you're inquiring.
A brothel. I was gonna say, don't we usually call them not whorehouse? I feel like we don't usually call them whorehouses.
Cold stone?
Grog, you can eat the ice cream from the hole.
Oh,
Eat
Tiberius,
the ice
really?
I'm
cream.
trying to be creative here. Make him feel good. I don't know. Fireworks. Prestidigitation.
All right. Grog, as you make your way into the tavern, there is, though in your solemn
You
state,
can eat
you
the
can
ice
see
cream
a
from
number
the
of
whore
patrons
as
who are
I
watching
shoot
from
off
the inside
fireworks.
Or part of the crowd, all kind of give a round of applause to you as you enter. The barkeep who turns to you.
I legit like the funny thing is Travis is
fellow
acting
who's,
defeated,
missing one eye,
like Grog should.
has a kind of
But I feel like
tufted
he is
spotty
truly
beard and
pissed off.
happily
I would
extends
be.
a large tankard of ale. and
If
says,
it, like I said, if it was that
All the
close,
house for
it'd
you,
be like
friend.
playing
I
a
thought
like a
well.
video game, and like killing the boss by like one shot. Like you have one shot
take
left,
5 of my remaining
and you
food,
miss, and then you have to like
slide it over to that
now you have to
bartender
just
and
like
keep it coming.
live with it for the rest of your life. That you
For the room.
were one
By the way, what
hit
room are you
away
staying?
from winning the Crucible. I would almost tell Matt I'm doing it again. Heal my ass. I'm gonna go take a long rest. I'm coming back tomorrow. I'm going for round 2. I can't. I'm like so competitive that I would be like I'm not going out like that. I lost. I'll accept my loss, and I'll grow and learn, and that means I'll fight again tomorrow. Because like you guys said, in the real world,
3 rooms for the
you
night.
got to take like months off because you got to legitimately heal. In this world, you can fight every day and just have people heal you back to health.
I'll be out there with the pigs.
No.
It's okay.
No, it's okay. He needs to stew in this. Bro.
Yeah, see, he
Your
needs to
room's
stew.
my
He needs
house,
to
friend.
punish himself.
The rest of you, that'll be 6 gold for the evening.
I'll stay in your room, Grog.
I don't think he wants company.
No, he can sleep outside with the pigs. I'll stay in the free room.
Oh, great.
So 6 gold from that.
Grog goes out to sleep with the pigs,
All right,
and
so
of
mark off
course,
your losses for the money you put in for
Orion
the pot.
steals his
Where
free
do I
room.
mark off my loss of pride?
That would be under additional notes.
Right there on the page.
Where do I mark off my loss of pride?
What did he have? That orc piece of shit. He had what that made him come back?
He had
It's
orc.
a half-orc racial ability that the first time they're dropped to 0 hit points, they can instead choose to be at 1 hit point. They can only do that once per day.
He had one left.
You brought him to -5 on that
Negative
final hit with
5,
the half-orc
got
racial
down to
ability.
1,
That's even worse.
and then hit him with the like. All he had to do was roll bad. All Matt literally said. Matt was like, "This is it. His last round of attacks." Had he just missed the second roll,
You would have beaten me into a bloody.
I don't know. Did Grog? Did Travis say how many hit points he had?
Funny.
At that point, but like it was a 6 points that took him out. But what did he have? Did he have like 4, 5, exactly 6? Like where was he? Like I'm curious how close he was to possibly surviving. But I still think there was a third hit after that too. I'm pretty sure after that there was like a third hit, which wouldn't have mattered because like even if the 6 barely got him, it would have still. I'm pretty sure that was the second of 3
And
hits.
if there had been weapons,
The Azor Sky, welcome to the chat.
I'll be at the bar.
Okay.
At the bar. I'll be at the
It's not
bar.
even chicken. That's just a piece of wood.
And yet it doesn't stop him as he, bite by bite, makes his way through the piece of driftwood found by the bar.
I slap down another 5 gold to the bartender and say,
Look at Travis is like spitting up everywhere.
Thank you.
I'm erasing
I had no idea.
Just put a little salt on it.
Which the bar stools, by the way, have kind of a thick, crusty wool on them.
Delicious.
So there's a unique flavor to the piece you've chewed through.
Frying on this chicken is exquisite.
My God, Travis is
As you all
actually
take
digging
your
into that
rest
chicken
in your
too.
respective rooms, Grog.
Sean
eating and drinking away your
M.
worries until
Hello,
eventually you are
you
unable to
beautiful
make
man. How are you, sir?
conversation.
How is
Stealthily
Sean doing
find your way
in life? I feel like I didn't
to
see
the
you a
third
couple weeks.
floor to
I'm
a
pretty
room
sure you
in the
definitely weren't
brothel
here last
that
week. You might have been here the
prepared
week
for
before.
You paid for by
I don't recall. All I know is, Sean, you just missed
you find yourself
one of the most violent
disappointing
underground street
a woman.
fights we've ever had
pass out in
in
your
Critical
own
Role.
sorrow.
Definitely one of the most, wouldn't you guys say? As far as a one-on-one
And with that, we're gonna
violent
take a quick break. We'll be
episode,
back here in
Grog
about 10 minutes, guys.
and Travis just ran away.
Right after Overlord has a few.
Yes, he really is so upset. Travis, I knew it. I could see it on his face. Travis's face.
He's definitely not a challenge for Overlord status anymore.
There's a lot of injured pride tonight.
I just want to see this part again.
Guys, we've had a really emotional day. Can we just sleep?
I found it to be very entertaining.
Hey, does anyone want to come to my room and look through my shit and see how Pike's doing?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Let's look through your shit.
Yeah, let's look through your shit, Scanlan.
Pike would have been proud of you, God.
Thank you. And if there had been weapons, I'd be in deep shit.
I'm gonna go to my room. I got
There
things
goes
going
that
on.
chicken.
I'll be at the bar.
Okay.
Oh, Grog, come on.
That's not even chicken. That's just a piece of wood.
That's what I wanted to say. I missed like the sentence before that. But like I knew he was talking about eating the bar. That's not even chicken. That's a piece. I mean, do you see that piece of chicken? Grog, I mean, Travis has got a mighty piece of chicken over there. That is like the biggest piece of chicken I ever saw. What does he got here? Oh.
Twitter.
Twitter?
And yeah, so let's go ahead and get back to the game so we can. We have a lot
All
to
right,
do tonight,
where are we going to
so.
stop?
All right, so as morning
We'll get the
comes
recap.
to
Oh, wait, no, there is no
rest of you
recap.
wake up. The first thought, of course, being the heartache for your friend Grog, who is not in any of the rooms.
The heartache for our lost money.
And the lot, oh yeah, more the money probably for Vex, but as you wake up, Grog is nowhere to be found in your rooms. Of course, he wandered off to presumably the third floor.
Is that a euphemism?
It can be.
All right, that's it. 1:41:20. Reset the clock. I just wanted to find a good place to stop. 1:41:20, everybody. Stop. Let me get this up. 1:41:20. Set the clock. All right, so I did tell you guys that was the break, but we're gonna go like another 20 minutes or so. What is it? 2, 7. We'll do like at least another 15, 20 minutes. If it's 1:41, I've done this before. 3:30. So 20 minutes. If we do 18, 19 minutes, that'll give us the hour for Patreon and a 30-minute YouTube. Because the last 30 minutes, I already said, is a very long outro. The actual content ends at 3:30. So that leaves an hour and 49 minutes. So we'll do like 20 minutes. We'll have the hour Patreon, 30 minutes for YouTube, and we'll call it a day. Also, because in 35 minutes is tip-off of Game 6 of the Celtics in the playoffs, and I must watch the Celtics. Beep. Beep, beep. I'm just texting to let Lauren know. All right. Everybody, set your clocks. Oh, let me put my thing back on. Boop, 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 boop. Set the clocks and get ready to rumble. I am on. Cancel. All right. Yeah, because there's a chance I might go out and see the game with Lauren. I don't know yet. I haven't exactly figured out. I 100% am watching the game. I just don't know if I'm going to watch it home or go out or what. But I'm good. My friend, how's he? Oh, I'm reading. I literally read it as I'm good at my friend's house. That's how I like in my mind read that. I'm good at my friend's house. And then I'm like, wait, that's not what that says. It says I'm grand, my friend. How are you? So, Sean M., you will get the final shot. We're going to do one more shot. Sean M. gets it because Sean was not here last week, I'm pretty sure. And I want to have one more shot before the live stream ends. So, cheers to the great Sean M. Set your clock. That is the clock, 1:41. Like I said, we got a little under 20 minutes left, and we're jumping in right after the shot. So, cheers. Drinkers unite. Ninja Master, everybody in the chat. Drinkers unite. Cheers. Okay, here we go. I'm still in the Minxie form. That's Marisha. That's what we're about to hear. Ready, everybody? 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go.
the third floor.
I'm still in minxie form. I slept in minxie form. I'm gonna go just.
Slept in
look for
minxie
him.
form. I love it.
See if I can find him in any of the rooms on the 3rd floor.
Slept in minxie form.
A giant white saber-toothed tiger wandering the interior.
I'm allergic to cats.
Does set off a few mines. I mean, a armored bear being escorted is one thing, but a lone saber-toothed tiger, as soon as you make your way through the hallway, you can see one of the patrons steps out of a room and goes and pulls his blade out. It's like, help! Help! There's a tiger! There's a tiger in the end!
Why does this always happen to me?
Tiger and you're hearing the yelling. I run up the stairs and say, "Has anyone seen a?" Oh, there you are. Come on, Snibbles. Come on.
Snibbles.
You keep that thing on a leash, sir.
I roll over.
Sorry.
It's liable to kill someone.
Chews through her rope all the time. Come on.
I roll over on my back, and I'm like those cats you see on YouTube who hate being on leashes. Just dragging.
I started doing one of
The cats you see that hate being on leashes, I don't know a cat. I mean, maybe there is. I probably did see a video where cats like being on leashes. But I would venture to guess that like 99% of cats
Second heavy footfall.
do not want to be on
Heavy
leashes.
footfall. And from around the corner of the staircase, descending from the 3rd floor,
I think I've told the story to you guys before. That
expressionless grog.
when we were trying to get the
sprinting and
cats
making
to
his
get
way
along,
down.
Jesse bought leashes for the cats, and I put one on Marty. I don't know if you guys remember Marty, but Marty was, when I got Sammy Coco, there was a Marty too. There was a 3rd cat named Marty, and Marty had a bad allergies to like everything, and he had to wear like clothes. That's how you'll probably remember. Marty always had like a sweater on because he would constantly scratch his body and cut himself because he was just allergic to everything. And I put Marty on the leash once, and he was so freaked out by it that he ran into, like, I had him in the hallway, and he just started running into the walls. Like, he couldn't comprehend what was around him and was trying to run away from it, but it obviously was on him, so it followed him everywhere, and he, like, ran into, like, every wall in the hallway. And I'm pretty sure he broke his tail. Because he was, like, after that, it was, like, his tail had, like, a bend in it, and it was very
flying out of your hand,
sensitive.
on the ground. It spills across the
I
front.
felt horrible because we were trying to get him to all like get along, and I was like, all right, no more putting leashes on anybody.
This might be your problem.
Coco doesn't freak out, but Coco will just get out of it. Coco's like slithers in and out of it whenever she wants.
I know that. I'm just saying.
And you are what you eat.
I cast invisibility.
Marty and Sammy were way bigger though. Marty and Sammy were fat cats. Well, not fat. Well, Sammy was a fat cat.
And sits it in front of Grog.
But Coco's like, you've seen her. Coco is like super tiny, but also like chubby. But I feel like she could alter her shape as needed, where like she could like thin out if she like stretches. I don't know. All I know is she slithered right out of that thing.
You can feel it, right? You can totally feel it.
It's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Pretty smooth.
Well,
So keep it coming.
yeah.
Meals are ordered. You guys are fed as per your purchase of the evening's inn stay. Your meal's still covered by the tavern. Eventually, you find yourselves full. And
Grog
about
gets
roughly
free
10, 11 in the
room,
morning, it would be.
free meals,
I'm no longer
but also had to
minxie
take
eat
a
breakfast
horrible
with my friends.
beating.
Oh.
Up there's Coco. Coco's jumping up in the tree.
No. I should talk to more dwarfs before I try to. Yeah.
It's been raining. I don't know how the weather is by you guys, but it's been raining for like at least a week. I feel like it's been over a week. It like breaks occasionally, but like majority of the day, every day has been downpours where I am. And it's made it so humid and muggy that it's like 75 degrees right now, and I feel like
But then we have to get back
I'm
on the edge.
gross.
Yes.
Like I just feel gross. Like that humid, like you worked all day and you're like, it isn't even like you sweat a lot. It's just like you sweat just enough where the mugginess of the weather just like right now I feel like garbage. I'm definitely jumping in the shower. Right after we're done with this, I'm jumping in the shower. I take quick showers. Take a quick 5-minute rinse down so that I could catch the beginning of the Celtics.
I feel it very hard to leave Pike behind in this city. We're really going to leave and go to Craghammer.
Well, we don't have to.
Travis is really beating himself up about this. Well, not literally, but he is beaten up a lot.
Do the things I was set out to do.
And plus, we have the poo cell phone.
Good
The
job,
good
Simon.
old poo cell
Or a
phone.
poo walkie-talkie.
I don't know what either of those things are.
Just know that there's poo involved.
Does the poop talk like my earring?
See, it must be fun to be Grog.
It's like a
Because think
poop
about
earring.
this.
It's like a poop earring. Why didn't you
Travis
say that in the first place?
Not really.
Could be like dumb and rude and burp and fart and just chalk it up to I'm being my character. Like right now, he just like ripped a burp out. I'm sure he didn't gather that up for the character to put on a good show. Travis is just scarfing down drink and chicken and is like, hey, Grog would burp, so I'm gonna burp. That like if I ever did long-term D&D like this, I feel like it'd be more comfortable to pick a character that you could
I guess if you
let
guys are,
let
don't have
loose.
anything else to do.
Like just be yourself.
How far are they from here?
And get away with it and be like, hey, you don't like it? That's my character. My character farts and burps and says rude shit and
secluded
fights and gets his ass kicked
We're a little
brutally.
secrety. Yeah, and we haven't heard. I just want to clarify. Haven't talked to them in a long time, so I hope they're nice.
Oh.
I figured that's,
Family stuff can be tricky.
It seems a shame to have a family, not take advantage of it.
Coca heard me
What's
cough
family for,
and went
other
like,
than
"Meh."
to
I don't know
take
if you heard her.
advantage of?
She turned around and went, "Meh." She did one of those. She looked at me and went,
You kiss your
Meh.
family.
Yeah, I'm a good lion.
like, what's it to you? We've just been getting the tail end of most of these storms. Enough to screw up work, but not enough for a rain day. Forgetting Laura, forgetting she was on camera and belching. Yeah, that's true too. Very true too,
I
Ace.
have to go. I don't have a choice.
Then we should go.
Okay? I just don't want to inconvenience anybody.
Inconvenience, schminconvenience.
Oh, is that Dwarvish?
Yes, it's actually underdone.
Schminconvenience.
That was Dwarvish?
How far is the airship?
Inconvenience.
Yes.
I'm trying to work on
I like it.
learning more Dwarvish. Dwarvish.
Dwarvish.
Okay.
Dwarvis.
I have a question for you, Vax.
Yes.
The braving grounds that are here, would it be to our benefit to collect maybe some coin and practice our fighting before we go?
He's doing a good job, though. I give it to Travis. Because I know it really is bothering him in real life personally, the loss. But this is how I feel like Grog would really be. It would probably dig at him. I hope he doesn't let this go for episodes. I hope episodes go by and he keeps beating himself up over it. That's how you grow and become better. You grow and become better by accepting the defeat and learning and growing from it. So I like that he's beating himself over it. I mean, at a point you gotta just give it up.
Fresh. You need some time away from it.
It's fresh, exactly.
Absolutely come back, and you should break that.
Exactly. This is all very fresh. So he's gonna constantly beat himself up over it. He's gonna hate himself for losing, but you come back better next time. You're more prepared. I honestly think he went in cocky. How I said I expected us to lose and we almost won. I think he went in there expecting to win. I honestly think because of the way it was going, they were like, well, you can't just go fight the siren. You got to fight somebody else first and work your way up. I think he thought since he was working or fighting a lower level dude, Kern the Hammer, which I love the name, I think he was thinking, oh, I'll be able to knock this guy out quick and then I'll jump the ranks. Like I'll step up in the ranks and eventually get to the siren. It was close, but I think he was. I don't think he thought he was going to lose. And now it's like,
as you're having this conversation,
not only the fact you lost, but the
Grog. As you're like filling out your pocket,
the fact that you thought you were going to win and lost.
The upper lip.
Like you were extra cocky about it. Is my point.
Rubbery and dry, but it's there.
I tuck that inside of my belt beard. Just so it's nice there. One little part of it just flapping out.
Okay.
What about your beard? Is he growing his beard?
Oh, it is a
You
new
get to
day.
go ahead and roll a percentage dice.
All right, percentage dive.
Slowly collecting another party
Ooh,
member.
9 or 90. And 90.
99. No beard this morning. Has to be the other way.
Ow.
Lower percentage.
Lower percentage. My God, my life is shit.
It's a rough day for Rob.
That's it. I'm hanging myself.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Poor Travis. Look at Travis. He's doing so well. Look at him. He's acting. He's playing the part of a sad, beaten,
To be fair, we did
ruined
just
barbarian.
We did just do a lot of shopping.
Yeah, let's just go.
He's like, yeah, maybe I'll grow a beard. Maybe the least I could do is grow a nice beard. And he rolls like literally the worst thing he could ever roll. Can you roll 100? Can you
Well, I mean, it's a big thing.
can you roll higher than a 99? I'm trying to think. 9, 10. Yeah, I guess you could roll a 10 and a 0. Is that a thing?
I met up with you guys.
Is 99 the highest, or could you roll a 10
You guys suddenly hear this
and a 0 and make
slamming sound
100?
that echoes throughout.
I feel like
nearby city.
99
You
might
hear
be
this-
the
just
highest.
this
I don't know.
impact, like this distant
I've never
crashing
seen it.
stone against
It's
stone.
never come up, so I've never thought about it.
A few seconds
I've never
later,
seen
you
a
hear this
99.
This horn that's just bellowing out this deep echoing horn. The rest of the tavern kind of looks around, confused. A couple individuals kind of step outside to look.
Oh, 0, 0, 0 is on. You can make.
You've been walking away for a while. And
Oh, okay, zeros. I was gonna say, what would it be? A 10. I'm like, if a 10
and these horns going
is a
off.
10,
I turn to the barkeep and say,
and the
"What-
other
what-
die
what
is the
was that?
one
Do you know-
number,
do you-
I was like,
remember
what could be
that?
100? Unless there was like 100 on the die, but then what would be the point of the second die? Makes sense. All right, so zeros
Where?
all
How do
around.
we know where?
I don't know, but I'm getting ready.
Standing up in the back of the room.
A 10 plus is. Oh, so it's not 0, 0, 0? Now I'm not clear. Someone clarify.
What's going on?
Because Michael's saying it's
Should we come
0
to
and a
the
double 0.
lifting
But
up into
Backless
the
Door
air?
saying it's a 10 plus a 0.
Okay. So you.
Oh,
you
it's
lift
10.
into the
Oh,
air
my
and
bad.
here.
Backless Door, I
As the country
apologize.
spell wears off.
You were confirming what I said. That's what I thought. I was like
looking
10
over,
plus 0
you can
is
see
10.
immediately
Okay.
There appears to be some.
Yeah, in my head I was
commotion,
like, that would
some
make the
dust
most
is
sense.
scattered
10
up
plus
on the
0.
far
I just
side
couldn't.
of the
I
Braden
was like,
grounds
how do you
outside
make
the major
100
wall of
then?
the city.
Oh, that's
But
right.
that's how you do it. 0, 0,
do like a
0.
to where
Okay,
the
you start
bar-
gliding over. As you guys rush out, you can see now a bunch of the bastions.
That's pretty
that are
funny,
across
though.
the top
He
of the
rolls a
wall
friggin'
are gathering
99.
and loading in
Of all
bolts,
the
and you see
things,
two of them fire.
0, 0 plus 0 is 100.
You
Got
hear
it.
this now guttural roaring sound, but multiple ones, like a chorus of large bestial screams. And then a wham! A second slamming sound of stone into stone, and you can see at the very distant wall, right below where those two bastions were that fired those giant dragon-headed bolt throwers, both poof, get thrown off the top, falling a good 40 feet out of view beyond the distant rooftops. You can see a small crack beginning to form at the top of the wall. Two of
Look
the
at
bastions now
Travis's
begin to
face.
rush in and take the place of those two bolt throwers.
I yank two daggers out, flip them, catch them, and just start running towards the
Can I grab the
I didn't expect
bag out of
this.
the bag of holding before you take off?
I took
Sure.
Chetney's
Grab it. You
D100
guys start
thing
running.
and use it for my new character's gambling addiction, but it goes both ways, very good or very, very bad.
I'm gonna hop on the
Chutneys.
I'm a going.
I'm a
Pick
going.
up my brother.
Okay.
I'm hopping on as well.
All right.
You hop on.
Come along, Percival.
At which point, two more bolts are let loose, and you hear the creature once again scream in pain, and then the footfalls.
But we don't see them yet.
No, you just hear it. It's on the other side of the wall.
Other
You,
side of the
you see what looks like almost like a toothy maw streak across the top of the tower for a moment, and then the tree lines shift, and the footfalls get quieter and quieter.
Go ask one of the bastion guys what it was.
Yes.
Yeah, we fly up.
We
next
need
to one
we
of
need
the
information.
shooter guys and say, what was it?
Okay.
What is it?
You glide up to it, and as you look down, you can see the two bastions that fell. They're currently being tended to. One of them looks unconscious and rough from the impact of the fall.
40
The other one
feet.
is
I mean, that's like
walking with a limp, trying to find its
four-
way back
close to
towards the
4
interior of the wall
stories they
that leads
just
up to
fell?
the top of his post.
We've gotten to this conversation, too. Depending on where you are, I think one story is 12 to 15 feet, but in like a house, it's probably more like 10 or 12 feet. I'm talking like office buildings.
again for the past few weeks.
So 40 feet. Let's just round it off 10 feet. 40
This
feet's like 4 stories.
multi-headed thing, this Hydra-like creature keeps coming in and
Multi-headed
I think it's
Hydra.
testing the wall.
Beautiful. Lovely.
Like a raptor.
They remember.
They remember. Clever girl. We always use Jurassic Park. In this, especially Campaign 2, they were really using... I feel like Clever Girl is used a lot.
We got a few hits in.
And in the most recent episode of Doctor Who I just watched,
How frequently are these?
it was dinosaurs in the spaceship. Dinosaurs in... I think it was called Dinosaurs in a Spaceship or something like that.
2 or 3 times this past
And
week, but
they were fighting
it's come
raptors
once
on
or
a
twice
goddamn
last
spaceship.
month.
Fighting raptors.
Many different
And they
areas
definitely
of the
made
city.
Jurassic Park
Not just this
references
stage,
in
A
that.
few different ones, but mostly this abomination. It's a nuisance more than anything. Although
I watched
did
it
get a
earlier
bit on the wall.
today.
He looks over and you can see there's like a
So,
crack in the
so
stone.
my day has been filled
It
with
looks
Jurassic
obviously
Park
overwritten.
references.
We'll get to fixing that right quick. I keep slinking off back into the Vesper Timberlands. Cord help us if there's more than one of these.
Good old cord.
Good old cord.
Okay.
I grab my earring and I say, Tiberius, where are you?
I'm flying around.
You just now glide over, seeing the flying carpet towards the top of the wall.
Okay. I'm above you.
Where? Yeah.
Above you, right
visible,
here.
just gliding down.
I'm right
you guys
here,
run up
where
to
you
the
can
edge
see
of the
me.
wall. You're
Now I
beneath,
feel
looking
inspired
up
to
at
introduce
the
a
flying carpet, kind of
single-headed Hydra at
They're
my
in this
table.
conversation at such a distance where you can't really hear them talking.
I'm
But
very
Percy,
5 to 10 of those
on the flying
chambered
carpet,
LOL.
conversing with the Bachelor.
Float up a little bit and see if
I'm
we can see
very
them in the trees.
got
whereas-
5 to 10 of those.
The canopy shifting slightly. It's
Story
about
is
a
10.
quarter mile off, and
I'm so
appearing
confused.
before eventually
Oh,
it's
we're
about
talking to
sight.
Ace. Oh, Ace
You
is.
think
I
a
guess
creature
Ace
that
and
large
Michael are
can't be
talking.
too difficult
I'm
to
not
track.
understanding. I've got 5 to 10 of those chambered LOL.
I bring the carpet back down and say, I see where it
Hydras?
went. If
You got
go
5
to
or 10
the,
hydras? I know. Obviously,
lighting.
I'm joking.
Well, let's go find them.
Single-headed Hydra? Yeah, like isn't a Hydra multi-headed? Isn't that like the definition, so to speak, of a Hydra?
The flame druids.
Is that
Individuals are now
what
currently.
you're is that why you're saying that, Backlister? I feel like I missed
We're having a
something.
family meeting.
I don't know. I feel like I'm lost
That money's not going
on an
anywhere.
island,
That's fine.
and I crash landed on a plane.
Let's help the
Normally it
city
would
out
take
and then
me,
we'll
like,
go on to see Keel's
Months
parents.
to walk up here.
Her
Wait,
clan.
help the city out by going to track the Hydra first?
Let's go follow this.
I'll run back to the tavern real fast.
Okay.
People have left, right?
Yeah, there are people.
What's Travis up to? Runs back to the tavern.
He's there, and he's currently putting.
Travis
on
is
armor.
asking questions like, is anyone around?
It's okay. It's okay. It left. Big crack in the wall. You might think about leaving. Before you do, the siren. Where might I find her?
Kind of thinks to himself, says,
All right. Asking about the
she's a slippery
siren.
one. She normally shows up when she wants to start a fight. I gather your best bet would be to ask around. Well, here she runs at times with the what are they called? The Slayer's Take.
The Slayer's
Take.
As he was talking about this, the Bastion that was talking to you guys is now coming down the wall, and he's like,
Are you seriously thinking about going after that thing?
Only if there's money involved.
Oh, I can guarantee you, a beast of that size, not much of a problem's got a hell of a price on its head.
From who?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. We want to know who's paying because we're going to
Or
check
anyone
it
to
out.
Take it to at that point. Probably take just one or more of its heads back, or some proof of it's dead, and I'm sure there'll be a few people that will fight over and over a fist to pay for that.
Easily get ahead. Let's go right now. Grog's doing something. Let's go.
No, let's
Hey,
not leave.
Grog.
Oh, what?
Grog, come here.
Grog's
We're gonna
doing
go.
something. Let's leave.
We're on the carpet. He's flying. Scanlan's riding on an eagle.
I can try locate
gonna go?
creature spell.
Yeah, how is Grog going to catch up?
Do a what?
I can cast locate creature.
They're already
And I can
by the wall. They're already by the wall. Grog ran back to the tavern. They got to either
Just for
wait
now, it's so
or,
hard to
I don't know,
control
Dimension
the
Door.
Trinket for a long time.
Have Scanlan
He needs
Dimension
rest.
Dorm
Let's
or
go.
something, if that's even
Trinkets are
possible.
behind you,
We'll lose this thing.
polymorphin.
I didn't learn polymorph. You're gonna have to ask Scanlan about that one.
Trinket. I love the trinket pet. Like that trinket she has looks so soft
That
and
thing is
plushy.
getting away. We're losing time.
I believe Hydra start with one head until you cut it off. Ah, oh, next episode. Slayer take mentioned. Slayer take.
Oh, to fly.
How to
Yes,
fly.
exactly.
Yes.
Mind cast.
But let's keep twiddling our thumbs, please.
Yes.
No, are we not?
Fly out of my ring.
All right, fly to Grog. I was gonna say someone's got to give Grog something.
Do you wanna
So
use your
Grog
ranger
is flying.
skills, or should I try and cast
Wonderful thoughts, happy thoughts.
I can definitely use my ranger.
I'm going to cast it at 5th
Okay,
level.
I'll wait then.
I'm going to cast it on myself, or on. I'll just keep it on him, on Grog, and on Trinket.
Okay, so Trinket once again.
5th level, Trinket, Grog, himself.
Trinket seems to be a little less perturbed by the circumstance.
Trinket's getting used to it. Trinket's getting used to flying.
Grog and Trinket coasting through the air, arm in
I
arm.
love it. I love it. Can you imagine? Oh my god. Imagine the sight. There's got to be art of that.
Can you read my
Got to
mind?
be art of Trinket and Grog flying through the sky.
So as you guys all drift up over the town, you can immediately see the Bastion that was talking to you is looking very, very curiously at Tiberius.
Oh, don't worry, he's really nice.
Sorry, there was just a little
Oh,
magic. so
'cause
we
the
could
magic.
kill the Hydra, sorry.
As you guys vanish over the wall, you can now see before you the entirety of the Vesper Timberland.
Can we see the Hydra?
Just say thank you. Dick.
Below you, the landscape is entirely consumed by what looks like the densest forest you've ever encountered. The cold air seems to be growing colder.
The
as
one
day
in Hercules
progresses on.
had
The clouds
one
themselves
head,
are
I
choked
think.
dark
Maybe I
gray.
just remember.
The rain never fell last
Meg.
night. But the
I
storms
honestly have never
seem
seen
very
Hercules.
steep.
That's
The
one
storm
of
front seems to
the
persuade
few
still ominously
old school Disney
looking
movies I've
overhead
never
the entirety
seen.
of this landscape.
I've seen parts of it.
Looking
I've
down
never
across
seen
the
it from
Vesper
beginning to
Timberland,
end,
you can see a thick
Hercules.
canopy, the occasional mountain or hill that's kind of jutting through the top of it.
Which is funny.
There's no movement.
Because
There's no current sign of
I love Greek and like Roman mythology, Greek mythology. I love all that kind of stuff.
We saw the
So it's funny to me that
director's
of
cut,
all the
right?
movies I didn't see on Disney,
Don't worry,
Hercules is one
my
of them.
sister's a ranger.
I should put that on the
She can
poll.
track anything.
Are you being an asshole to me today?
I don't know. Why am I?
I don't know. I judged him apparently, and I don't remember doing it.
The critters will figure it out.
No.
The critters
Yeah,
will figure it
can
out.
I go low to the ground and track it?
You can. So you take the,
All right,
the carpet
Vex
down
is
and
going
as it hits the
down,
canopy,
tracking
it's a very slow, arduous process to weave between the thick network of branches and vines and other bits of growth that have completely covered the top of this forest. Eventually, the carpet comes down into the floor. The rest of you guys who are flying, coming along as well? Or
I'm coming along.
Oh yeah. You all
Making
come
our
down
way.
behind the carpet, eventually breaking
Making
through
our way.
the top
I'm going to
of the
stop
canopy,
at
reaching
205. I am
the interior
aware
of the Vesper
that we went
Timberland,
over.
itself.
I said we were going to stop around 2. We're going to, I figure we'll go to 205.
Really? What is it?
And that'll give us a nice 25-minute YouTube video.
forest,
Our Patreon,
incredibly
25-minute
lush,
YouTube.
presses
I
up
like
against
that.
the city walls
So
itself,
we're
really
going to quit in a minute.
Like it grows up
Celtics
right
are on
against
in
the
less
city
than
walls.
10
And
minutes.
It's almost like the wall itself
And I
is
got to
constantly
shower.
keeping it at bay the way the kind of
But you know what? I
the
could
growth is pushing
honestly,
inward.
I mean, if I have the
tree
TV
trunks
on
you see now that you hit the
and it's
interior,
blasting,
very
I could play the
inside,
game
only a
on the
few
phone
feet
in the
diameter,
shower.
You come across a couple that are 20, 30 feet or more in diameter, like giant trees. Also, even though it's midday at this point in time, the light inside the forest is choked so thin it's almost like it's dusk near dark inside the forest.
Dusk near dark.
The air hits you with like the smell of wet earth and moss. Vines and branches dangle from and reach from every direction, and you can see you can walk through the path here, but nearing trees themselves, the roots are so large and so twisted where they enter the ground, you're definitely going to have to keep up with your ranger friend here.
Just like the old days.
Perfect. Look at that. Just like old days. 2:05 on the dot, 0 seconds. I love it. It gives us perfect time. Don't forget the Tibbs animatic. Okay, let's do that. Sounds good to me. Let's jump into the Tibbs. What would I type in? I know it's probably short. If it's under 5 minutes, I'm happy. Tibbs animatic. If it comes up for me typing that, I'll be impressed. That doesn't look like it. Oh, that's ribs. That's ribs animatic. What do I type in? Yes. Yeah, Ninja wanted that last time too. Maybe I gotta type in Tiberius. What do I type in? Oh, it is ribs. Colvin, you made it in time. Is it ribs? Is it this? I was such a rush. Tell me what the professor. I'm late. Colvin, welcome. Always good to see you, my good friend Colvin. You chalkboard? Type in chalkboard. Tibbs chalkboard. Professor Tibbs. There we go. Professor Tibbs. Let's see if that works first. All right. Professor Tibbs chalkboard. Or maybe I have to put Tiberius. All right, let me put Tiberius. That's got to do it. I was going to say, Tiberius, like spelling out Tiberius has to. Here we go. We're going right in.
I'm going to sense the weather, I suppose.
Okay. The weather is cold.
Ooh, it's cold.
The weather outside is frightful.
Scanlan.
Aye.
Like we were discussing earlier.
Oh, this is the, okay, so here, okay.
Chalkboard.
It's when we were making fun of
For your
Sam's non-use of
You
anything.
know what, Tiberius? I have been giving this a lot of thought and consideration. What's for lunch?
I don't know. What would you like for lunch?
Oh no,
I already ate.
Who did this? Who did this animatic?
Well, Keyleth, if you could,
I don't know that person.
Put a slate up for me. I'd like to illustrate something.
TJ? I think it's a TJ. Here's the slate. Keyleth put up the slate. Yeah, he's gonna write. He's gonna.
Weeks. You have used it 0 times in over 6 battles over the 10 course, using it 0 times. I, being a sorcerer, have a special ability called.
I'm pretty sure the math is right too. Even if the math does, I was making fun of this during the live. 10 times equals 0 doesn't make a whole lot of sense. 10 times equals. I guess I get what he's saying. You did it 10 times.
1. That means I can do 1 more spell. Than
Either way, I'm not going to try to make sense of this insanity.
Every round after that, 100%.
Like if a mathematician saw these formulas, he'd be like, "What is this? 2 minus 1 equals 1 times 100%."
Equivalent to nothing. In the interest of the group and the use of items in general, it would be wise to switch it because you have needed to extra spells like invisibility.
The shale wall cracks.
I like how he looked at it as a crack. He like did like one of those things someone does like, oh, sad face. Everything broke.
Your mathematical skills have been quite impressive.
I don't like to show them off.
No. I will gladly make this trade with you. You have convinced me.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Congratulations.
I'm man enough to admit that he's convinced.
What is this one? I'm not going to watch it, but what is this one? Laura Bailey.
That was awesome.
I dig it. It obviously is way better if you know the context. Obviously, we know the context. Is the Ash... I mean, I'm not going to watch it now, but the Laura Bailey one, is there like other ones as we go? But you're in. Still world building, but you're in. Still world 10. So 10... Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. 10 with the little asterisk X equals 0. Gotcha. Love Scan having to stand on the steps. Yeah, I saw that too. When he did it, I was like, why does Scan look weird? And then I'm like, oh, he's actually standing on a step. It just looked odd the way it was done because there's no color. It's like, it's all black and white and gray. So like, I was like, why does Scan look so bizarre standing like that? Well, it was because he wasn't standing like I thought he was. Thank the STEM gals from St. John's. Am I reading that right? The STEM gals from St. John's? Well, thank you, STEM girls from St. John's. Or STEM gals from St. John's. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. I wish we could do more, but if I do much more, we won't have a Patreon hour and a Vox o'clock. And the Celtics are on in literally like 2 minutes. Celtics are on in 2 minutes. It is game 6. If they lose, they are eliminated. You guys know I am a big Celtics fan over the years. I'm also going to try to jump in the shower at some point, and I think I'm meeting Lauren around 9 o'clock to watch the second half and have a drink. So I have an hour to shower before I meet her, and watch the game in between. But everybody, I love you all. Like and subscribe if you have not. Michael, Ace, Vero G, the Dude JB, and my brother Ray, all great, fabulous moderators. I thank you all. We had Colvin, Star, clever name I made, Backlist Door, Ninja, Master. I hope everything's going good. Let us know as soon as you start the Kickstarter thing. I think it was a Kickstarter thing, right? Kickstarter, was it something else? Hollymac 79, Backlist Door. Sean M jumped in. The Azor Sky. Jesse Dobby Reactions was here. My good friend Neil. Shane Barron. We also had M. Gormley come in. Trying to see any other names. Blue Cloud 57 joined us yet again. And I think I got pretty much everybody that it'll let me see going back far enough. Ace, Vero G, bye guys. See you next week. Later, y'all. Hope y'all have a fantastic week and hope to talk to you all soon. Have a great night and weekend, everyone. Check you all on the Discord. Wash them nuts. We're going to end it on that by the great Sean M. Everybody, love you all. And is